Hey everyone, and welcome back to the fourth episode of the Witcher role-playing game, which we are playing with our amazing group of people here. And you probably know most of them already, but as every episode, we're going through of them quickly. Then we're doing a quick recap what happened last day, and then we go straight into the game. I hope you enjoy. This episode will be really special because we probably reached the climax of the first big storyline, so to say. We'll see what happens. Our heroes are currently in a bit of special situation. We'll see how they will wriggle out of that. But yeah, let's see. Let's start with the introductions. Crozyr, who are you?
My name is Crozyr. I'm a potato, and I stream on Twitch about 5 times a week. Might be a bit less next couple of weeks. We'll see, but usually around 1 p.m. CET for like 4 hours.
I'm MissLadyJ, also known as Jess. I also play Gwent and stream Gwent on Twitch at MissLadyJ_ZA.
Also Gwent streamer here, RyanGodric. I stream at 8 p.m. CEST, and yeah, that's basically it.
Hi, I'm Lothari. I write articles for Team Aretusa. I play a lot of Gwent, and that's basically my life.
Okay.
Greetings, I am Markthius, another Gwent streamer and player, and despite all these these European times, I stream at 8 a.m. American time on the weekdays, and that's pretty much it there.
So early, 8 a.m.
Actually, well, that's only 2 p.m. for you, so or something like right? Isn't it? I think I did that right.
It's not a bad time slot, actually.
I think I converted right.
Awesome. Okay, cool. For me, question is, do you guys remember what happened last day? Because last time, also Calavendra wasn't there last time, so let's do a quick recap and see where we're going to start off here.
We were walking in the woods, and then deal happened. And I like, okay, so we decided we started in this inn. Thinking about what the captain of the guard had told us about the mage living in Winbrook, but we decided it was easier to confront her about his accusations when she was publicly available. So we took the time in between to follow through on some carefully left instructions for Herga, going into the forest north of Winbrook, to follow the white lilies down a path through the forest to a great tree where we were to shoot an arrow in a certain direction. And then it all happened.
I kind of missed the tree, and my arrow hit an elf, which we didn't know. We just heard someone screaming, and then we found a camp full of elves and Marcel, basically, and we had to wiggle our way out of this situation and to not get killed by the square tail. And I think after a few talks, we managed to find out that the elves are actually bound to the forest by a spell from this sorceress in the mage tower. And the townfolk actually think that there's a spell on the town keeping the elves out, but the elves tell us different. And they also told us that every time at midnight a little tunnel opens in the forest that goes all the way underneath the town to the to the mage tower, and that is basically our point of entrance, what we are thinking about. And they actually use it because they have to give how do you call that, like tribute to the mage.
They seem to be capturing people, kidnapping them, and passing them on to the mage, and then they don't seem to be seen again. And they've had enough of this situation. They want to get away. So they've hired us. They've hired Herga and Dior to get rid of the mage with them. Effrey has other plans. Calavandra was in bed. Marcel just wanted to make sure he didn't get executed, as far as I could tell. And we forgot the most important moment of the night. Before these talks began, Herga managed to axe Effrey in the back
He apologized.
Almost killing her
I
immediately.
apologize.
He apologized.
He did also
Oh.
apologize, and I stand by what I said last week. It was a very, very nice gesture, and both Lothari and Effrey appreciate it.
Mhm. And yeah, I think after we talked to the elves and learned about their situation, while Effrey was gone and I think trying to find the tunnel, or heading towards it at least, we were at the inn and discussing what we should do next. And we had the idea to talk to the guard captain again, who had approached us earlier about his suspicions about the witch or the sorceress in the town. And there was a bit of a maybe ale-inspired misunderstanding between everyone involved, and Herga had the grand idea to bring the captain to Calavandra to prove to him that something's wrong in the city, because elves couldn't be here according to the sorceress. She said she had brought a spell upon the city protecting it from elves, but we brought an elf right into the city. She was sleeping in the inn. Something was wrong. And so Herga had the idea to prove to the captain of the guard that his suspicions are correct, and he wanted to show the elf to the captain. But then Diok intervened and said it wasn't a good idea. Diok, do you want to say what happened next?
I remember how you rolled your dice and then hit the captain of the guard into his face.
Yeah, how did that happen?
I think we tried to, well, persuade him not to go into the inn and not to take action right now because he was really drunk. And so we were hoping that maybe we can stall some time and talk about it all in a sober state tomorrow. But he was not letting go, so we had to convince him otherwise, and we used brute force. Somehow the other guards, and some of the lumberjacks noticed and stormed out of the inn, and then I had to use my Witcher sign. I used art, and we tried to run away. I tried to intimidate them, rolled a natural 1, I believe, and we managed to run away with the guard captain on our shoulders into the woods, hoping that they would not follow us.
You basically abducted the captain of the guard. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. So that's the situation. Like, you are in the wood. Effrey actually managed to distract your pursuers, got them back to Windbrook, and she's actually right there. She went into the room where Calavandra sleeps, and this is where we're actually going to leave off today. It is still in the night, and Calavandra, you basically lying on your bed. You actually feel really, really good again. Like, you used the day and the night to like just recuperate. You're at full hit points. You're like, actually, like you're ready to do something. You just don't know where all the others are. And when Effrey basically steps in the room, you're like, oh, they're
I don't just step in. Like, I storm through the door in a massive rage, saying like, men, they cannot be trusted. And then, like, I just go off on a rant complaining about men for a few minutes, for a few moments, before kind of turning to Calavandra and saying, "We have a situation that it's up to us to resolve." And then I go through the events as Effrey saw them, ending with the fact that she saw Herga and Marcel, who seems to have joined our party, kidnapping the captain of the guard and taking him to the forest.
First of all, I say, do you only realize now that men cannot be trusted with these decisions?
Every kind of sighs and bows her head. Then moving swiftly on, we must act quickly to ensure that we aren't chased out of this village by pitchforks and burning torches.
I guess we gotta fix their mess. Right.
It seems that they have angered the guard by kidnapping the captain, and angered the captain by not wanting to arrest the sorceress, and angered the elves somehow, no doubt, as well.
Let me guess, they were drinking?
Oh yes, in bountiful
makes
amounts.
This makes a lot of sense.
The question is how. The question is how to deal with it.
I mean, you're
I have
currently
no idea
alone in
where
the room.
they've gone into the forest.
I guess we gotta look for them first.
And I'm very acutely aware of the fact that come daylight, the sorceress's life is in grave danger, which I kind of want to warn her about.
So do you want to first warn her or find them?
Oh, that could be a very long conversation. So, I mean, we can do some work to find them, or either find them or convince the guard that it's not what it looked like, which I find to be a difficult task.
Are there more guards outside?
I don't know, what was the situation as I left it? Were they going back to the guardhouse?
Well, they basically
Yes.
went back to the inn where Bogdan was cleaning up the mess.
So they're downstairs.
Probably.
Yeah. So I say, well, there are 2 of them downstairs, and the rest of them are probably waiting to be told what to do.
There are windows though.
Sorry?
There?
There are windows in the rooms though, so there are alternative methods to get out of the inn if you don't
Yes.
want to be seen.
Yeah, I think we should sneak out, go find the others. Try and fix this.
Okay, well,
Okay. So you're trying. So you're
we
trying.
can try.
How you want to do this? How you want to get out of the town?
Are we sneaking out of a first-story window?
Yes.
First floor window?
Yes.
Okay, that should be an interesting athletics check.
I could help you.
Well, so what you can do is you probably have a rope in your inventory, Calavendra. So what you could do is like you can actually tie a rope to the window or something, so Effie has something to hold on, so she's not totally like.
Yeah, I could help you with that.
Cool.
The problem is just if you tie the rope upstairs, like it will stay there. You can't like it's not elven rope. You can't just pull and it falls down. So
But since I'm quick and nimble, can I just jump up again and quickly?
oh, you can
get
climb
around
up
there?
again, sure.
If you're that quick and nimble, you can let me down, then undo the rope and
Yes.
jump down yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good then.
Will do.
So Effie, let's see. You're basically starting the first thing. I think acrobatics is probably like the.
Okay,
The
I'm
best
better
check
at
here.
acrobatics.
Let's see.
For me too.
20.
20, perfect. Like it's, you nimbly going down you're the ground. It actually was way easier than you expected. Like no problem at all.
What was I worrying about?
Yeah.
It's like you've done this before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then like one check from you, acrobatics, Calavendra, and you basically get the rope back in your backpack, and you just like climb down the facade like without any
Yeah,
rope.
and I rolled 19.
Perfect. You're as nimbly as ever. You're like, whoop, you're down at the bottom. No one has heard or seen you anything. You're basically now in this little room next to the harbor behind the inn. Where do you want to go? You want to go like to the main road? You want to go to the river?
I think it's probably best to
Go to the riverside, right?
go.
Otherwise, people would see
Yeah,
us
I
in the
guess
road.
so. Yeah.
Then like one stealth check from every one of you, and then let's see how you make your way towards the forest.
13.
18.
14? 8? Okay.
13 for me.
And I got 18.
18.
18.
Okay, perfect. There's nothing really like you're pretty quiet. You're making your way past the harbor. There's like still one dude hanging around in the lumber mill, but you just like circle around him, like go and stay next to the river, and at some point you actually reach the forest edge and go into the forest. The question is now, how do you wanna like look for the people?
I mean, I can take Calavendra to where I last saw them at the forest edge and hope that she can track them from there.
I mean, Calavendra has dark vision, so she actually sees
Yeah.
quite good in the night. So you can try a survival check, and we'll see like if you find anything.
Survival. Okay. 14.
14. It's not that bad actually, because the tracks are pretty fresh, and it like they were in a hurry, so they didn't even try to cover the tracks. It's just like really like big footsteps in the ground, and they like at some point they left off the road, and it just went into the forest, and you can just trail them. And at some point, you actually see a knocked out guard captain, and the rest of the crew sitting around there and like quickly talking about what happened last night. And it sounds like the rest of the group can make a perception check to see like how soon they are able to hear when the little party arrives. So if you want to do that, otherwise the chest
Say
arrives.
perception or deception?
Perception, of course.
Okay.
13.
Mm-hmm.
18.
12.
Okay. So Herga, you actually hear them like quite in a while, but you also hear that it's not the guards. Like they don't are like these heavy footsteps. They're like a bit lighter, and there are two of them. So you kind of like, yeah, they're probably on like another danger, like whatever comes there, and like maybe it's even Ephraim and Calavendra. And at some point, you actually, when you're looking in the direction, you actually see the shapes of them, and you're like, there they are.
Yeah, so we see them.
Yes.
So I'm waving, every Calavendra, come here, we've got the guard captain.
Of course, Helga's got the guard captain.
As soon as I hear that, like I storm over to where they are and I just start berating all three of them for being complete and utter idiots.
Yeah, me too.
What were you thinking? Abducting the guard captain? How is this productive at all?
You was gonna tell them about everything.
And why is that, Herga?
I don't know. The Witcher. First he agreed with the plan, and then last second we had to ditch everything. I don't know. You have to ask him.
This was a doomed adventure as soon as we set foot on the ship. I could never have come with you.
It's not that bad, is it?
We have a guard captain abducted, which
Well-
means the rest of the village guard are out to get us.
How many are those? Like,
We don't know, but any number greater than 5 is probably a problem.
but we do have the guard captain, which is
But
also
who's-
a positive.
Exactly. We have the
No, it
guard
isn't.
captain. Think
But
about
how
it.
is this a good idea?
Well, okay. So let me just explain it to you how it all happened, because in my opinion, we made the best out of all out of the circumstances. Okay, so we had the idea to talk to the guard captain, get some more information, because we now know that the elves are actually trapped in the forest, and maybe we can, get somewhere if we work together, because we all just want this, basically want the sorceress out of here, or
No.
at least
No,
no,
we do
not her, okay, but like her spell, and we also need to get this, I don't know, secret plan of hers to the light, right? But why she's abducting people, and we can discuss that later, Efri. But for now, I feel like the decision to talk to the guard captain maybe wasn't the best idea. I agree, but when we got there, he was kind of drunk, and then it happened that maybe I can't remember who it was out of us slipped in the information that we've got an elf in town, and the thing is, we had to stop him somehow, because we realized that he would have just went in and maybe killed you, Calavandrel. So we thought it would be better to turn him around. It didn't quite work.
No, really?
It didn't. Go...
I still think if we had shown Calavandra to him, he would have exposed the sorceress, and the city would have been on our side.
The city is incredibly grateful to the sorceress for the immense amount of healing work she has brought, and
But-
no doubt also the peace that she has brought to the village.
But if they knew at what price?
What's your stance on this, Marcel? Like they're debating like utterly. You just don't know them at all. They're just like.
Oh, I've been sitting down on
I
the
wonder,
back of a tree
I
like this.
wonder
the whole
how
time.
long it takes for Calavendra to turn.
Yeah, I
to
was
Marcel
about to
and
say,
be
like, who is
"Who are
this
you?"
guy?
No, I'm eating an apple. Don't mind me. I'm just sitting back in a tree eating an apple right now,
So why are you
watching
with
the whole
us?
thing. I'm sorry. Who are you?
No, I asked first.
She's the elf. I
No,
pointed.
no, no.
She's the elf.
I've been with these guys.
I've been with them way longer than you have been with them.
Oh, that's a nice story. I've been with them since this afternoon.
responsible for one good song and
Don't
two
make me bring out
piercing
my knives.
one good song and a piercing scream that knocked me unconscious.
So again, I'm gonna ask, who are you?
The name is Marcel, madame. Pleasure to meet you. I've been with these fine folks for quite some time now. I'm helping you, they're helping me, and tall guy over here was his idea with the whole guard thing. So you guys just argue amongst yourselves. I just followed along for the ride.
And how exactly are you helping us?
Oh, this isn't helping. You guys aren't even helping yourselves. I just ran with Herger. He decided to
Of course, Herger's bringing
get
in
all
someone to the
crazy.
group.
I think Marcel is going to be a great addition to the group. He's going to write songs and great tales about adventures, and he's going to sing them in every town from here to Vizima, and it is going to be he is going to be the one who brings us out in the world everywhere.
Well said,
They all
big man.
know
Well
what
said.
the great Herger is going to do.
That's right.
I like that idea.
Once again, I find myself wishing that we actually live to hear these songs.
Well, that depends
We can
on
worry
what
about that later.
you do next, right? Like, so maybe you should like,
Exactly.
what you gonna do? Like, there are plans to be made.
Let's recap the situation. We've got the guard captain.
Again.
Okay, we can agree. No. Just saying we need to make a point where we are right now, so then we can decide where we want to go. And the guard captain is a negative, but also a positive. Think about it.
How late
We've
in
got
the
some-
night are we now?
2-ish.
2ish in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we have. Wait,
22 hours.
22 hours until we are set to meet with the elves to, they think, kill the sorceress. I'm just going to go ahead right now and say I'm not going to allow that to happen if
Alright.
I've not had if I've not managed to speak to her by then. Before that, we have the guard captain to deal with, and you, Dior, wanted to do something with the sorceress when she stepped out of her tower to help with the townsfolk? No?
No. That was just
It
that
was
was
just
just talks to
Okay.
to convince the captain to wait tomorrow.
Okay. So we have 22 hours to at least convince the guard captain that we're not criminals.
Yes, and I'm sobering up a bit because I splashed some water in my face from the leaves. It was raining before, and I come to the realization that in these 22 hours, we need to find out what the sorceress really is doing. Because I agree, I'm on your side, Effie, that we should give her a fair trial. We shouldn't just storm in and kill her because we don't know what she's doing. But if there's like any signs that lead us to believe that she is doing harm and is actually killing people, then we should take the advantage. And well, I think she's very powerful and we should take every chance every bonus or benefit we can get.
Here's my assumption. Having read some of her notes in the book that she gave me not 2 days past, I very sincerely believe that she is trying to extend what is possible when it comes to healing and medicine. And that kind of work, I would presume, requires experimentation.
Oof.
But also requires people to be kept alive, because if they die, then they are of no use to anyone. So my guess would be she's not deliberately trying to kill people, but if they so die in the process, then, well,
So what you're saying is
it's an ends to a mean. It's a means
she
to an
keeps
end.
them alive, suffering, and trying to extend their suffering.
I'm
that
not-
sounds like it's even worse than just being killed.
I
say
don't
the witch
know.
must
I don't
die.
know that. I don't know that much yet. But this is why I would like to talk to her first and see whether we can come to an arrangement that means she can continue her very important work and not annoy the elves and the guard captain and us.
So how
And
about
also,
we talk to her today?
that's my plan. But I don't know how much use
Anybody else?
all of us will
Yeah.
go, all of us going will be. Maybe a sweet talker. Looking
Oh, I
at
can do
and
this.
I look at Marcel.
I would very much like to come with you. I think that I can help convince whichever way you choose to sway this. But I agree. We should see the condition before we make any rash decisions.
Also, bear in mind, I turn to Herger and I say very sincerely, the people of this village believe that this this sorceress is doing a lot of good. If we just storm in and kill her, we are making an entire village into our enemies. Now, your own expectations of what you're capable of aside, do you really think you can take on an angry mob?
I try to turn the angry mob against the sorceress by proving to them that she is foul and untrue in what she does. But you kept me from doing so. I wanted to prove to her that her spell is false, that she's lying.
Well,
There's no protection.
Okay, so I've got two plans. A good one and a funny one.
Wait, any sentence that starts that way is going to end in me shaking my head. But
Herger says,
continue.
I want to do the funny one.
All right, following your idea, Herger, how about we bring Calavandrel? Wait, okay, so the sorceress will leave her mage tower today, right? Because it's Tuesday and she's gonna heal the people of the townsfolk. So there will be a crowd and the sorceress. Herger, you said already, how about we bring Calavandrel right there, and then she will reveal her true self, that she is an elf.
Yes.
And everybody will know how the sorceress lied. There's actually no spell, and elves can enter. And
then proceed to murder Calavandrel.
I will protect her. I will protect her if they try
You couldn't
anything.
protect me on the ship.
I protected you very well and sincerely. I killed at least one square
I
time.
almost died.
Just, let's emphasize the almost.
This is a terrible plan. What's
All right,
a good
well,
plan?
I
obviously,
think this is an excellent plan. Herger and his great axe are ready.
I just wanted to bring some laughs into the situation. The good plan, I would say, is that you and Marcel go and talk to her, and we try to. Okay, what do we do with the guard captain? Because I think it would actually be kind of interesting. What happens if we bring the guard captains to the camp of the elves? I don't know.
The elves kill them.
Yeah,
Well,
I think that is the worst.
Do you want to condemn the man to die?
well, I
They're
don't
gonna
know
kill
if he needs to die. And maybe
I think
enables-
Calavandra should say hello to the man and ask him what he would do. Let's see what the guard captain has to say
It's
to
more
Calavandra.
important what the Scoia'tael would do, but I'm not wholly convinced that they'll kill him on the spot if he has something interesting to say. Which he probably doesn't to them, but let's ignore that for a moment.
That's true.
If he hates them as much as you say, he's going to like
Kill
insult them so much that they will see no other choice but to punish him for his insolence.
Yeah, but I mean, that's his fault then. If he's like that narrow-minded and he can't really see that elves are also beings, then fuck that guy.
What question? What do we need the guard captain for?
Exactly.
Right? So do whatever you want. what do we need him for? We got what we need. We're going to see.
Aside to
Well,
clear
well,
our
well,
names.
He's just doing his
Is our leverage towards the guards.
Yeah, aside to clear our names, admittedly nothing.
But
At
we
this
expose a sorceress. Then what do we need any guard captain for? We expose a sorceress for all these weird things that she's doing, and then we look like heroes either way. So, what do you need the guard captain for at that point? The guard did nothing. We did something instead.
I see your
That's-
point.
That's
It's
mischievous.
risky.
though.
It's
I wanted to be honest.
Okay, well, maybe Marcel, before you go and join F3, maybe you can talk to the guard captain, maybe convince him that what we tried to do was the right thing, explain the situation, because, I don't know, with your sweet voice, he might listen to you.
Wait, he saw Calavandra at the inn when he first came. He saw her face. He didn't see her ears, but he saw her face. If we can show the guard captain to Calavandra, I would just like to see his reaction and see if he's
Did he see my
bloodlust in his
face?
eyes. I
Yeah,
think
Yeah,
he
that's
saw.
true.
You just
That's
were
true.
like something
my
like
hood
I
on.
heard, but like not like this. You didn't cover you.
I wasn't sitting in the at the same table as you.
That's
I
true.
think you were.
But you were in the room. Like we were the only people in the room.
My back was facing towards you guys.
Huh. Okay.
I must have been drunk. I don't remember.
Yeah. Same.
Time goes by.
So you're
soon.
refusing to talk to the guard captain, Calavendra.
What if he wants to kill me?
He's
Well,
tied
we
to
have-
the
We
tree.
won't let him do that.
He's tied up, so at least you're safe right now. If you
And
need to wake him up to talk to him anyway, so
Yeah.
please
Let's do that.
Go ahead.
I go to the guard captain and I give him a smack in the face to wake him up.
Yeah, he's like really knocked out. Like you knocked him out before. Like another smack is probably not what helps here.
Okay,
I thought
well-
some time had passed.
We have enough time for ourselves to rest here before
I've rested enough.
dawn.
But actually, Calavendra, when you look at the other ones, you see that they're really beaten up. Like they're really, really beaten up. You have no idea what
My
happened in the
beautiful
day.
dress is covered in blood.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
no idea what's happened. So
And when she
Calavendra-
says I'm really rested up, I kind of look at the fact that I'm covered in blood and then just glare at her.
Do you have any intentions of talking to the elves, Calavendra?
for what?
I don't know. But that would be
Didn't this-
something you could do, or we could do, because I'm also completely fit. And do that right now while the others rest, for example. Or I could stay here and keep an eye on the group while you go talk to them. I don't know.
They might not act kindly to me.
Oh,
Even
by
though
the
I'm
way,
well.
the person
up.
who wrote you that letter is gone.
Yeah.
We don't think dead, we think horribly transformed into a beast.
And guess
My-
whose fault that was?
My friend that wrote the letter.
I heck, yeah.
The-
Sorry, friend might be too strong a word.
Or is it?
Or is it?
Or too weak a word. What you do in your spare time is your business.
Okay. Just to fill you in, Herger lasted 5 minutes and then he told us everything and he gave us the letter. So
It is
know
not
about-
true. I was under a lot of pressure.
Okay.
Everybody told me if I don't tell them, then terrible things are gonna happen. I didn't
Well,
have a
it's
choice.
true.
Well,
it saved our
what bad
lives.
things could they do to you?
Nothing, but they could have done bad things to you. I had to protect you.
The letter saved our lives. Don't
It
judge
did.
him too poorly for it. But anyway, the option for you to go and talk to them, should you want to, is there while we fall asleep. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go and lie on that tree root.
I don't think it's a good idea if I would go by myself, so I'm not gonna go talk to them.
Okay. Fine.
Can
So,
I
like-
search the guard captain, by the way, if he's unconscious right now?
well, he's
Do I-
has a bit of he has a purse, and like he doesn't really have much belongings there. Like he just grabbed the purse, and the rest is probably still in the guard's house. He basically just like
Okay,
He
I don't
didn't
even want
prepare.
his purse. I just wanted to see if he's got some like ale or something.
no.
Okay, then I leave everything there. I don't want to rob people, man.
I will.
Okay, sure.
Burger's gone. Chen is back.
So you grab his so you get his purse.
Yeah,
Okay, so like in the purse there are something around like 20 crowns in there.
perfect.
You can actually
Didn't
add
do
them.
any work.
You can actually add them in your inventory.
Okay.
Full health and full payment.
Don't need,
Yeah.
to,
What is
don't need to
this?
pay for a cabin either.
I'll sleep through the next one.
Okay, so basically like you're now resting and waiting till morning, or like is this the plan now?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, rest until morning, and then like,
Okay.
were we given? I distinctly remember being given a time where Trisha opens her doors. Basically, I rest until sunrise, and then
Yeah,
Go
let's wait until sunrise then. Okay, so you guys wait until sunrise. Are you going to set up any guards? Are you going to do any specific stuff?
Deok takes the full watch.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, there's stuff like, since you're really really like beaten up, there's stuff you can still use to like get up to, like, let's say maybe not full health, but like to good health. Because tomorrow is probably like a hard day on you. So for example, Marcel, there's like stuff you can do, for example, to help the group. I'm not sure if Effie has something to do to help the group.
Soothe melody.
For example, yeah, you can like expand, like for example, like when you do a long rest, your spell slots are going to be refilled anyway. So now that you're going to do a long rest before, you can just like spend all your spell slots, and next day you will wake up with all spell slots back in place.
Unless I can somehow cauterize the wounds with burning hands, I don't think I'm set up to. I'm a DPS, not support.
You can medicine check and see if it's a smart idea, but
Sure,
like
sure. I'll do a medicine check to see whether there's something I can do naturally. Medicine is +2. I rolled an 11.
Okay, yeah, like fire is good, like for like sterilizing stuff, but healing with fire is probably not the best idea.
I was gonna say I was gonna do a soothing melody, but I think it's only on one at a time. I don't think I can do a group.
But you can like expand all your spell slots to like just pick 3 persons.
That's kind of biased.
I don't need anything. It's fine.
Me neither.
Just me,
Okay,
myself.
who's the lowest?
Okay, well then
obviously Effie.
you're the lowest. Then
All right,
deal
so
with.
I'd like to cast it on myself and Effie, and who else was low? Herger.
Yeah, I got some
Right.
elven arrows into my chest now.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. So I'm gonna do a soothing melody for myself, Effie, and Herger.
Okay, so basically start singing and playing on your lute, and like while you do this, like the people like who hear the melody, you actually you feel smooth, like it feels really relaxing. You listen to the tune, and it kind of has like this rejuvenating effect on you. It's like you will sleep very good tonight. Like that's the feeling you're going to have, and kind of like as you go to sleep, like all your wounds that don't hurt that much anymore already. Like it's really a pleasant thing. And Marcel, you can roll a 1d8.
Okay, 1.
Okay, but you add your spellcasting ability modifier, which is your charisma, which is a charisma modifier. So like as it sees, it's like 1d8 plus 3. So 1 plus 3 means like 4 hit points. Everyone like who is like who hears the soothing melody actually gets like 4 hit points extra this night.
Awesome,
And
thank you.
then if you go to sleep, Diog is going to have to watch. Everyone who's going to sleep can regain hit points, and you are going to roll. Give me a second. Helga, you roll a d20. Marcel, you're going to roll a d8.
D20.
D12, sorry, d12.
Okay.
D12, Helga, you're going to roll a d8. And Calavandra, you're going to roll a d8 as well.
I've got a 1 plus.
Yeah, you add your constitution modifier to it.
All right, 3.
Constitution.
Yes.
5.
Well.
You're at full anyway, right?
Yeah, I'm full.
And Marcel, you can like after you add like have you rolled the dice?
Yeah, 3.
And then you have like a constitution modifier of +0, which means like you just regain 3 hit points. There's another thing actually like you can do as well. It doesn't need to be now, but like every time you take a short rest, you can actually use the Song of Rest, Marcel, as well. It's in your features and traits, which also like just like helps rejuvenating the group. So if you find time over the course of the day tomorrow, you can just use those sometimes over the day to just help the group regain hit points. Okay, and then you go to sleep. Do you get there?
Yes.
Actually, maybe make Constitution check, please.
Yes. Nine.
Mm-hmm. So in the morning, every one of you wakes up when the sun kind of like starts shining, except Helga. Helga's still like sleeping again. Also, Diog, you wake up with the others, maybe a bit before them. But like the sun is slowly shining into the forest. Nothing happened over the night, and So, next day.
I look to Marcel to head back towards town straight away and leave the other three to deal with the guard captain, because I don't want to. Basically, the only I'm aiming for us to talk to the witch behind closed doors, the sorceress behind closed doors, not in the open. So we need to catch her before she opens shop.
So
That's clever.
it's Marcel and you.
Yeah.
Okay. And the others basically just wait here.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I
stay in
mean,
the forest
maybe
for now.
you know what? Can one of you, Dale or Calavandra, take us as far as the forest edge so we don't get horribly lost?
Do you think that these two together are a good idea?
I can do that.
Okay. It's not hard, like especially in daylight. You've walked through this path like multiple times now. It's very easy to find.
I just
and-
wanted to not give you an opportunity to make us roll survival and get, horribly turn around, end up in Novigrad or
No,
something.
that's a good idea. But he takes you to the forest edge, and then you go straight to Windbrook, and then we quickly do a Marcel Effrey split until we're back with you at the forest. So you're basically how do you approach Windbrook?
I mean, I see no problem with us approaching from the main road
Okay.
and making our way to the mage tower.
Okay, like at this point, there's not much going on yet. It's Tuesday. Like the last days, you actually saw some lumberjacks, but there are no lumberjacks currently out in the street. It's actually not much there. The smith is actually up already, and like you hear him already like do his thing. And like when you passed by the smith, he actually looks at you, and he's like looking like this, like while you pass by. And like you go to the mage tower, and like there's nothing there yet, so no crowd.
On the way there, I make sure to talk to Marcel to say, I trust that you can pick up on subtle cues, because I imagine conversations with Trisha are going to be quite direct, and I can't necessarily nudge you to be convincing about a certain point directly.
Yeah.
So I need you to be, smart.
I will. Okay. I will.
And
Do
I
my
will be
best.
smart.
I will do my best.
Okay.
Okay, so you go to the mage tower.
And then when we're there, like before there are any crowds, I go up and I bang on the door. Again, shout up to the window, Lady Trisha, it's Effrey. We need to talk. It's urgent. Bang, bang, bang.
Okay, like again the window opens, and she's like, "Come back into us!" Like with the others.
I must insist that we talk privately, Lady Trisha. Your life may very well be at stake here.
Okay, she's like closing the window. She is coming down to you. Let me quickly up. Okay, wait, this is interesting. Give me a second. Sorry, Marcel. Don't look, guys. Oh, it's actually fine. Sorry, it seems like I had the old layout here. I'll quickly move that over. So close your eyes for a second, everyone. Thank you very much. Joop. Joop. So there we go. Yeah, it's fine. So there we go. So you're now in the floor basically, and you come in through this door, and like Trisha stands in basically right after this door, and she's looking at you, and she's like, "What?"
Lady Trisha, it's nice to finally meet you face to face, properly. This is Marcel, an associate of mine. I fear we
Pleasure.
must talk about your relationship with the elves and the captain of the guard in this village. For events of the last couple of days have moved very quickly, and you may no longer be safe in Windbrook.
You've done a lot of work since you're here already. Like, can't keep your nose. Well, anyway, come in. She's like, she offers you. Actually, do we have some?
I actually say to her as she offers us to come
Mhm.
in, I do like nod and sigh behind her and say, "Men, right?"
She basically sits down with you at the table here, like here, and she's like, what is it your business? What happens here?
Sorry, I missed the question.
Wrong accent anyway. What is your business in this, like, what is your business here anyway? I told you to read the book, not to like go around and like flirt with the guard captain.
I am reading the book, and may I say I'm deeply interested in my continued studies, but the people who I traveled with do have other plans in this village, and they seem to have come into conflict with my own. I am here to study under your tutelage, and that is what I would very much like to do, either directly or over distance. My only concern is that the elves wish you dead by midnight, or shortly thereafter.
You can make an insight check here. Both of you, actually. Because she's smiling at you at this point.
Yeah, I expected that. I rolled an 8.
16.
16. So like every for you, it's actually like you don't see something like spectacular, but Marcel, like you feel like the whole conversation is like it's very strange. Like there's nothing, like she's not surprised about anything Effie says. She's just like expected everything, and she's like very calm and like, and she finds it even a bit funny, like what's currently happening here. And actually she smiles right into your face, and she's like, well do they now? Of course they do. Like I banished them from the village.
And why did you do that?
They're elves. There's cartel, there's squirrels. They always like attack the village. What do you think would happen? But let's not kid ourselves. Effie, why are you here? Tell me.
I'm here to try and make sure that you don't get murdered, because while you may not fear the elves, you may fear the unpredictability of those that now travel with them in my companions.
I don't feel unsafe here. Don't worry about me. My question is more like, where do you stand on this? That is your friend?
Friends is a strong word. But I rather not come to blows between them and you should it come down to a fight. In fact, I don't think it's necessary for there to be a fight at all if you can...
I will do anything.
Find another way to work.
If I may.
Yeah.
If I may. There may be other parties of interest here that you may not be thinking of. Effie here speaks of you being in trouble. You might be in more trouble than you probably think you are. It may not just be these elves that you banished. There may be some other parties more interested in coming after you.
The captain of the guard is suspicious of this spell, believed to have been cast on the village. A spell we know must be falsified in some way, because not 2 days past did an elf stand below your very tower.
She's like openly laughing at you now. She's like,
yeah. So I kind of like internally, Effrie's kind of being a little like childlike when a child's not being listened to, kind of tensing up and internally, I mean, like tensing up and balling her fists and kind of stamping her feet a little bit because she knows she's not being taken seriously. But I tried to channel that into some kind of productive manner, saying something like,
she looks at Marcel like, are you her lover?
Effie? No.
Why are you here? What do you do in this village? You look like a bard. Like there's no fame here in this village. Why are you here?
Very perceptive. Perhaps I do sing some fine tales. Perhaps I can regale you with a tune.
She's like just raising her eyebrows. You didn't answer my question. What do you want of me anyway here? Like honestly, like what's the matter of this? Like Effie, do you want to learn or don't you want to learn? If you don't want to learn here, then please pick another village, pick another sorceress to meddle with. I don't have time for this. There's a village outside. They want to get my help.
Trisha, there are more people after you than you may think, and perhaps that I could offer you a way out rather than dealing with what may happen here if you choose to stay.
I think like at this point you probably try to get some extra clues in, so you can maybe make let's see how we do this. Let's do a deception is the wrong thing. A persuasion roll at this point, I think, is good for you. Try to do a persuasion roll.
Me?
Yeah.
Which
I'm certainly not being very persuasive.
You roll a d20 as
a
always.
20?
Yes, and then
That's
you add
20?
your persuasion stat to it.
Well, I hit a
Should be
perfect
good,
20.
right?
You hit a perfect 20.
I did.
Okay.
Thank you.
She's like, she's raising her eyebrow again, and she's like, Efri, could you please leave us alone for a second?
Effie does show a little bit of actual, like, she actually shows a bit of frustration at that. And before she leaves, she ignores Marcel completely. And before she leaves, she turns back to Lady Trisha and says, I may not be your equal, Lady Trisha, but I am still a sorceress and I will be taken seriously. And then slams the door behind her.
Cool. She's like, she has a bit of temper, has she?
Well, she's a passionate person. What can you say?
Tell me now, what do you mean? Like, what do you talk about?
So, I lean into Trisha and I say, Moreover, Unger sends their regards, and I take an attachment out of my pocket and slide it over.
She's raising her eyebrow again, and she's like opening up the letter. She's reading it, and she's looking at you, and she's like, they don't have to say anything here. Like this is my town. I won't get. This is my town. Like and like I won't have it taken from me. Like I won't have it taken from me.
If I may, you are already, as I said before, you're already under pressure from the guard captain. You're under pressure from the elves in the woods.
Guard captain, the fool! Do you think I can handle the old drunk? Like, village is mine. And, like, the elves, what can they do?
I would like to try to use a charm here
Okay.
to charm Trisha into believing that leaving is the best option.
Okay, you can do it. Like, cast your charm person then. I think... Yeah, you do it. You cast your person. You expend one of your spell slots. And Trisha actually gets a wisdom saving throw to see if she actually resists you or not. Okay. So, what do you try to communicate?
I try to emphasize to follow the coordinates on the note is her best option.
Okay, she's standing up. She's going to the oh god, what's the word for this little thing here, where the fire is in?
A
Fireplace?
Thank you very much, fireplace. And she's like she's looking into the flames, and she's looking back at you, Marcel, and she's like, I'll consider it. If you would leave me alone now, I have something to think about.
Okay, I just sort of bow my head and...
She's actually bowing to you as well, and
Okay.
you leave the door, and outside in the middle of like in the pre-room, so to say, Effrey is waiting for you.
She is like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Tense?
Well, she's not very happy, to put it lightly. Like, she's kind of standing there with her arms crossed.
Annoyed.
Well,
Effrey, if I understand correctly, this was your teacher, right? Trisha was your teacher? Or you wanted to learn from Trisha?
Was?
that was the initial plan, yes.
Well, I may have, hopefully, saved your teacher from an impending doom. So you could at least take comfort in that.
Did she give any indication that, like, have you left the door open or something?
Yeah, she may be. We will find out soon, but she may choose to leave instead
Okay.
of trying to face what's about to happen.
As soon as I hear you say she may leave, like, I try to get back into that room.
Oh, you can't. Like, you just open
And,
the door
like-
again. She's still
Yeah,
like,
and-
she's still standing there, looking at the fireplace. And as you like crash open the door, she's like looking straight at you.
Yeah, I close it again before Marcel
Okay.
can follow me in.
Sure.
And I say I say to her, because I prepared this speech and there's no way I'm not giving it. I say to her, you are stubborn, Lady Trisha, and that is your right. But you must also be pragmatic and what's the word I'm looking for? Rational. Otherwise, Lady Margarita would never have sent me to you.
She's like looking at you. Effrey, there's so much you have to learn in this world. It's this is just like the beginning of your journey. At this point, you just should really think about like where your future lies, like what you want to do, and just trust that I do the right thing.
I came here to learn, and if you wish to leave, then so be it. But I would prefer more instruction than here, read a book.
She said, like, leave. Who said anything about leaving?
I said, if you are to leave.
I didn't like the village. Like, I don't have any reason to leave here. Like, this is like the village depends on me. Like, what would they do if I'm gone? So
And
don't worry, Effrey.
it would be good of you to stay. I simply worry that now would the elves have a witcher and a crazed lunatic to help them in ending you. Your confidence may be a little misplaced.
Effrey, do you think me stupid? Don't you think I see what happens in my own
Stupid?
village? Don't you think?
Stupid?
Shut
No.
up! She's like, you can like make a wisdom saving throw here.
Wisdom?
Oh wait,
no.
yeah, wisdom. I think wisdom's fine. Give me a second.
So, do
Yes,
I use
wisdom.
the saving throw modifier here?
Let's actually do a charisma saving throw. My bad. Like, let's do charisma.
Charisma saving throw. That's potentially worse. I rolled a 5.
Cool. She rolled a natural 20.
Of course.
She is very intimidating. Like when she basically just asks you to screams at you to stop, you like freeze in place immediately.
Yep, I freeze in place. I lose all manner of like control on my expression, so I actually look terrified.
And she's like, don't you think me stupid? Don't you think I am in total control here? Don't you think I see what happened with Bogdan's tavern last night? Don't you think I see like with how your friends are, how they behave? They're nothing more than scavengers. Like they're criminals. Like they don't have anything to do here in this village. And if they decide to do something stupid, then they will face the consequences. This is how it is. And now you go out and you think about your allegiances. You think where you belong. And if you choose the right side, then we'll maybe can continue. But know your place. And she's like looking at, like pointing at the door.
I don't say anything. I bow my head and I leave.
Okay. And Marcel's there waiting for you.
Yes.
I'm ignoring Marcel. I just walk out of the tower and back to the inn.
Okay.
Okay.
Back towards the main village.
Okay. So Marcel and like Effrey basically moving along quietly. While you're going to the inn, you actually see what's the name? Alfred. There you go, Alfred.
Alfred.
You see Alfred standing in front of the guardhouse, and he doesn't even say anything. He just looks at Marcel, and he just looks at you. And what do you do?
I do this.
Okay. He's just like not reacting. He's just looking at you.
I am just not paying any attention at all, other than to go back to the inn. And actually, like, all Effrey does, like, straight away is go to the... Oh, what was her name? The landlady.
Yeah.
Um,
Iva.
Sorry, Iva.
Iva.
And I ask, more demand than anything else, that she help me fix my dress and get the blood out of it.
Jeez. Okay. Of course. And yeah. You basically vanish in the kitchen. Marcel, like, everybody's just vanishing in the kitchen.
Oh, we're in the tavern now, right?
Now she went in the tavern. The question is, like, do we join
You
her?
went
Like,
yes, I go to the inn as well and ask for a brew.
for the brew, for some brew.
Yeah.
Bogdan is like, you know Bogdan, but he's just quiet at this point, and she just brings you something and just leaves again.
Well,
The tavern is empty.
that's
I
not
just
a good
kind of look around like depressing and have myself.
Yeah. What do the others do? Like, you're currently in the forest. Effrey and Marcel have left the village. What are you going to do? Guard captain slowly comes awake again as well.
Did Diok bring the others to the edge of the forest?
Yeah, she's back already.
Okay. So if
You're
he hadn't
awake
been
as
back,
well.
I would have said to Calavandra, finally we are alone, but I guess that never happened.
Well, you can do it, like, sure, like, while Dirk is away.
Okay, yeah. So, Calavandra, finally we are alone.
Yeah, and
You surely must be impressed by how I captured this guard captain.
how is it a good idea to knock him out?
Well,
Like, what good
now
would
I
it
brought
have
in, so now that you are here as well, we can have the both of you talk, and he will finally see the truth, that we are all honorable adventurers who want to bring justice to the city.
been? So you think that knock him out would make him happy? It wouldn't
He's
make
going
him
to
angry.
understand. These measures had to be taken.
And if you were knocked out, you would be fine with that.
Of course. I've been knocked out many
Okay,
times.
of course you would. Diak, would you?
I'm
Yeah.
approaching.
Yeah, I call up for Diak and I'll be like, would you have been happy if you'd been knocked out?
Of course not. Why?
Because Hager said he would be.
Well, it's Herger.
What? Oh, shit! What happened? Where the fuck am I? Oh, you again.
What do you
Hey,
remember?
How is it going, old friend?
He's like spitting into the earth. He's like, don't everything. What do you expect me for, some stupid fool? Oh, my head hurts.
That,
Nice try, though.
that might be because I had to hit you. You didn't
And-
leave me any choice. You kept screaming.
Yeah, this is gonna go down so well.
He's like,
I
you're just a savage. Like, all of you, you're criminals. Abducting a guard captain. What do you think? Like, what's the purpose? What am I doing here? Like, what's your plan? You wanna kill me? You wanna get me to the
I
elves?
don't want to show you proof that all your suspicions had been right. Everything you were worried about is true. And I've brought you the proof.
That is very true. Mr. Guard Captain, we had to take the courses of action that we did yesterday, but to just prove that we don't mean any harm, we can help you.
You don't mean any harm? He's spitting on the
We don't
ground
mean any
again.
harm.
What how do you call it then?
We are trying to help you.
Bring it over.
So
Like,
what- okay, okay,
end it.
okay.
Please.
No. You sit down and you listen now, because
He's
you know
actually
what? I'm
like,
sick of it. We are trying to help you. And all you do.
I
is
don't
mess
need to
up
take
our
this, and
plans.
you do an intimidation check.
Okay. Oh, hold up, I'm ready.
With the charisma of 10. Good luck.
Intimidation. 15.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Okay, go on.
Okay, you listen now. Okay, so what do you think is our plan, right? if we wanted to rob you or kill you, we could have done that already like 3 times. We could have. It would have been completely easy. You were so
I could
wasted
have-
yesterday.
I could have taken your purse earlier and I didn't.
Exactly. Someone might have. That's not the point. That's not the point. Okay, so when we approached you yesterday, you were heavily drunk, right? We couldn't have a simple discussion with you because you were drinking, and the problem was that this led us into a situation where we had to take necessary action. That's why we brought you into the forest, to get you outside of the range of the sorceress. Because, as you said, the sorceress and her claims that she's got this protection shield over the town is completely false. And you were right, Mr. Guard Captain. You outsmarted the sorceress, right? But the thing is, to actually achieve something here, we need to be smart, because just openly attacking her or in something won't bring us anything. That's why we send out our own sorceress to talk with her, and now we're waiting for them to come back.
Oh, you think it's smart to abduct people? Yeah, you're totally right. Why am I talking to you again?
I'm just sitting on the sideline with a smirk on my face, being like, yeah, I knew this was gonna happen.
And how do you
Mr.
think? Like,
Captain,
even
would you prefer to have Herger just knock you unconscious again? Is that what you really want?
You know what I really want? I wanted to know, like, what you smart people actually thought of. Like, even like if everything, like, let's say you you convince me of everything. What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to walk back into the village, and I'm just saying like, yeah, everything is fine. You're fucking criminals. Like, whatever you do, like, you broke the law. I will never be on your side. Like, where you should be? You should be in the jail. You should come with me. Come on, bind me free. Let's see. Like, let's go back to the town and then let's
Okay, looking
just
at
see
the
what
facts,
happens.
what exactly did we do? I'm completely fine with paying Bogdan for his windows.
Yeah, for
and
example,
we
you
had
just
we
destroyed
had a small
Bogdan's
drunk
tavern.
fight. Exactly, I'm fine with paying for that. And we had a small drunk fight. Write that out. That's what happens. That's what happens when you have a few
We're all
beers.
men here, right?
Exactly.
all have
Why are
problems.
you? Take over, Herger. I'm done.
Listen, what's your name again, man?
He's just raising his eyebrow at you.
Is this the first time you have gotten into a fist fight? You told us that you were looking for the truth. You were trying to bring justice to the city, and we're here to do just that. We have proof standing right next to us that everything you said is right. Does that not matter to you? Are you so blinded by the fact?
You know
that
what's the
we
difference between
had a little
you know
fight?
what's the difference between a guard and a criminal? A criminal also think he's doing what like he thinks is right, but he doesn't follow the law. A guardsman, a real guardsman, does what's right, but he follows the law, and you certainly didn't. So tell me, what makes you different than a criminal?
That we did it for the right thing.
The
I
right
did
thing.
nothing wrong.
That's always the excuse.
Does he hear Calavendra say that?
I didn't even hear, like, I didn't even. What?
That I did nothing wrong.
Yeah, he just
That's
ignores
what I
you,
say.
basically.
Yeah, she's innocent. She wasn't even here because she was sleeping.
I see 3 points out of this. So, first of all, you surrender to me. We go back to the village, and we hold a trial, and we see what's going to happen for you. Second thing is, like, you just kill me now and be over with this. Or third thing, you surprise me. I don't think that's going to happen, though. So, pick.
Surprise.
Kill Avandra quickly, surprise him.
And I take off my hood, I guess.
You're with the elves!
Okay,
Wrong
okay,
kind
okay,
of
okay,
surprise.
okay, you know what? Guard Captain, do you remember
You asked
what we
for a
told you
surprise.
yesterday? That we actually were traveling with an elf?
Oh, you're really one of them. Oh my god, like, where have... What?
Okay, yes, we are. Okay, let's just accept the facts. Okay, let's look at it. If you say that we are criminals, right? I'm okay with accepting that fact, but the thing is, you always have to have priorities in your life. And right now, is it really your priority to be focused on small, like, criminals that have drunk fights, or are you actually concerned about a sorceress misusing her power and exploiting the people in your village?
Have
What
you
do you
even
think
heard
is the
what she
greater
is doing?
problem?
Make a persuasion check with advantage, please.
Wait, all of us.
No, just Dirk.
Okay.
Doing
You
the-
didn't say
natural
anything.
20, first one.
There we go. Okay. He's listening.
Okay. So what I'm thinking right now is that we could work together, and I'm willing to actually give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna say, okay, you know what? We're gonna prove to you that the spell is wrong. Not just, you don't have to trust our words, but you can see for it yourself. We're gonna walk into the village together. You, Herge, Calavandrel, and me. Calavandrel, being an elf, would not be able to enter the city, right? But if we do that together, and she survives, you will listen, and we will make a plan together. And then whatever happens after the sorceress is dealt with, that is up to you. Okay?
Let's say we do. Let's say this works out. Let's say she doesn't burn down to cinders. Let's say I finally have the proof I'm looking for. What do we do then? Like, it's
Have an ale and talk about it?
We have to tell the whole city. They all must know what a false prophet she is.
Well, we would have to be smart about it, and probably shouldn't, I don't know, shouldn't attack her like on sight.
We can't attack her. She needs the trial.
Exactly, a trial. That's a great idea.
But first, your word must matter in the town, right? You are a well-known captain. Or a well-known honorable man. So
Yes, I am.
If we convince you, you can convince at least the other guards, many of the townspeople. And then maybe if we can bring the witch to trial, we can bring the truth to light. The whole truth.
Yes, maybe that works. Yes, maybe.
Perfect. Let's do that.
Okay, what you going to do? What you going to do?
Okay.
I wanna uncut the rope. That holds
Ready?
Okay.
Yes, exactly. We're gonna cut you loose. We're gonna trust you, and you have to trust us, right? That's how this situation works right now.
Yeah. He's like, okay.
That's not a good idea.
Where's?
Do you have any weapons, Calavandrel?
He's like, where's my purse?
You must
I
have
don't know.
left it at the guard's house.
I just got here.
You still had it when I looked for you.
Helga, shut up.
And look at Calavandra, and I'm like, slowly realizing what must have happened.
Anyways,
Okay.
we've got greater matters right here.
So what you going to do?
We're gonna walk into the town.
Okay.
I want to help out the guard. I want to prove to him that I.
Okay. So you take the guard and like you're moving to Windbrook.
Yes.
Okay. So
We're trying to find a non-violent solution here.
Okay, sure. Like you're moving to Windbrook. Current there's actually a lot of going on right now. Some people are actually standing in the Mage Tower. There's no one working the lumber mill and lumberyard. At the guardhouse, you can see Alfred standing there, and he's actually like when he spots you, he's like guards, Fred. And like two the woodcutters, and he like approach you, and Alfred is standing in front of you. Surrender your weapons.
We're gonna. Where are we standing?
You're basically like, let's say, between the lumber mill and the lumberyard somewhere.
Okay. So I'm gonna hold up my longbow. Like, I don't mean any harm. We've got an agreement with the guard captain, and
Drop it! Drop it to the ground! No!
hold up a minute.
Hold up a minute.
Hold up a minute. Mr. Guard Captain, would you maybe tell your friends to lower their weapons, then that we can, I don't know, be peaceful right here? Because it's already... Wait, we have already entered the town, right?
Yes.
So now, look at Calavandrel. Look at Calavandrel.
So you
still alive.
you don't have the hood on you.
Yeah, take it off.
Okay? Alfred's eyes are going wide. Like the woodcutter's eyes are going wide. Like, they're like, it's a scribble! Scribble! Get her! And they're basically like rushing on you.
And then I turn to the guard captain and say something.
Alfred, stop! And Alfred's like, I'm guard captain now. You have the squirrels.
Oh my god.
Get them. Catch them!
Remember the spell, Alfred. Remember the spell.
I'm going for my great axe. I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this.
Dirk,
How
you
was
can.
it a good idea to
Dirk-
let go of the rope?
They are attacking my best friend, the guard captain.
Dirk, you
I'm going
can.
at him.
You can roll one more persuasion check here.
Oh God, this is it.
This is it.
No natural one this
Do or
time.
die. Oh, okay.
Sounds
Persuasion plus 0, 19.
Okay. So Alfred is like, attack! But like one of the woodcutters behind him, like, wait, like it's an elf. Like Alfred, it's an elf. And
In the town.
the other one is like, yeah, go away, foul beast! Like, Alfred, you need to go. Alfred is like, yes. And Alfred turns around, like, and runs, like, down the big street.
Is he running away
He's
from
running.
us?
Yeah, he's
Or is he
basically
running towards something else?
he's running at the moment away from us, from you,
Okay.
from you. And the woodcutters are like they look at you, like see like you kind of like more with it, like them, and one of the woodcutters is like Gerhard, and Gerhard just turns around and like looks at you. So, and now smartasses.
Well, as you can see, you were right, we were right, and the sorceress is lying about something.
Yes.
So what we have figured out, I know that it is hard for you to believe, but we've shown you proof of this spell not working, but there is actually a different spell holding the Squirtle in the forest, and they want to leave. They don't want to attack you any longer. But the thing is that the sorceress is actually really, really holding them there with spells, and if they leave the town, if they leave the forest, they actually get turned into
The woodcutters at this point just like fall back and like go after
Yeah,
Alfred.
I'm only talking to the guard captain
Yeah.
here. So maybe you have also seen one of those beasts running from the forest. I don't know. It's
I
been
know
a
one
few
thing. I
times
need to
now.
get my armor, and he's like
Yes.
he's basically going to the guard's house.
I'm following him and talking to him
Mhm.
while we're walking, and I say, the thing is right now, I know it sounds incredible, but we all have one goal, is to put this mage on trial.
He's like, yes.
Good.
He's basically
And
the
I can
guard says he's
see-
picking up the armor. He's grabbing his sword and he's going outside and he's looking at you like we just have one problem, and that's the village.
Mm-hmm.
Won't they believe you if you tell them the truth?
I'm with the squills now. You heard?
But what about...
While you basically also you Marcel, like from outside you hear like steps running around you, like past the inn. You heard some screaming outside, and there's something going on outside. Are you going to do anything?
Did I manage to get my dress sorted?
It's like blood. It's like not.
At least, like, better than it
Yes,
was,
you
so
did.
that I'm reasonably
Yeah.
presentable.
She's actually pretty good in it. Like she knows how to wash stuff.
Yeah, okay. That's, like, as long as I'm reasonably presentable, then when I hear the cries...
You get out of the kitchen
Yes.
because that's where Marcel is basically just alone
Yeah.
with his.
I head out to the kitchen, and without a second glance, I go to leave the inn and back towards the Mage Tower, unless someone stops me.
I sprint after Effrey. Where are you going? Hello, Effrey.
Like, I don't know how it takes more than 2 shouts to stop Effrey in her tracks, and when I turn around, like, I am furious, and it's kind of that fury. If it were described in the books or by a TV show, she's very clearly not angry at you, Marcel, but you're the nearest person, so it's automatically your fault.
What you see though is while you're staring at Marcel, is like that the woodcutters just come back. They're like, "There's more of them! like looking at you, and like just sprinting to the tower where like 3 people are currently standing outside, and also you see like Alfred is there and he's like gesticulating like wildly in front of the tower.
I
So is
head in that
Trish
direction.
already outside of the tower?
Trisha? I don't know. You don't see her. Like you. Anyway.
I turn to Marcel, and I say, "Oh, my computer's switching itself off." I turn to I have a glance quickly at Marcel, a little bit calmer, and say, "This can still end without bloodshed," and make my way to the Mage Tower as quickly as possible to get a better idea of what's going on.
What you also see, Marcel, is that the rest of the group is like Dirk and like the guards captain just came out from the guardhouse behind you. Like when you glance back, you see them. So obviously they're here as well.
Okay. Are they following me?
Dirk,
Like,
you
are they
basically
following-
see
like, they're
Marcel
coming
like
up to us?
arguing with Effri, and Effri is currently darting off.
Okay, but I want to keep following Effri, so she's
Okay.
going to the Mage Tower. I want to, but so the guards are following us to the Mage Tower?
The guards are already there at the Mage Tower. Like Dirk and the guard captain are not. So you go to the Mage Tower. You see some people there. You see that the smith is there. You see some townfolk there, and Alfred is like standing in front of like the tower where Trisha's actually in the door, and he's like gesticulating at her and like, what are you going to do?
I mean, is she in the doorway or is she standing outside of the tower?
Like kind of in front of the doorway, but in front of the door.
If
I'm turning
like,
towards Helga.
there's
like-
if there's enough room for me, I step up to stand by her side.
Well, you basically can like go away, and then you stand.
I make my way. I make my way through the crowd.
Okay.
I demand space where they won't move.
Okay.
And like I push my way through until I can stand.
Yeah,
not
and
in front of. I won't stand in front of Trisha. I stand by her side.
yeah, and like you make your way to Trisha. Dirk, what do you want to do?
I just wanted to ask Helga, and then actually not ask Helga, but ask Calavandrel if it's like the smartest idea to follow the people to the tower, or if we should maybe stay back.
I think we should stay back. I mean, we don't know how they would react.
I need to get closer. I need to see what happens.
Of course, you need to go closer.
So what are you going to do? Are you going to approach, or are you going to stay?
I'm very intrigued by what's happening. I want to be there when they fight the witch. So
basically going past the smith to the
I
to the
realize
bridge.
I realize that people in this town are not fond of me after what I've done. So I try to be as sneaky as possible, as my muscular stature allows for it.
Okay, so would you try to sneak up basically on the back to the harbor probably, and like just to see if you can catch a glimpse from there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so stealth checks, everyone, please.
What am I doing? What check?
You're not. You. The question is what are you doing? Like, you Effie just stormed up. Dirk basically. You saw Dirk. He's like, he went off the guard captain. You went after Effie, and Effie just made her way through the crowd. You're currently behind the crowd. Are you like trying to make your way
Yeah,
through the
I'm
crowd?
trying to make my way up to both of them because I
Okay.
want to be right near them.
So at the end, like
Whatever's
it's
about to happen.
Alfred, it's Trisha. Next to her is Effie, and you approach them as well. And Trisha is looking at you both, like, but still listening to Alfred, who explains to her that an elf has been like sighted in the wood, and like the day has come, and they need to prepare. And Trisha just looks at you like.
On the not to interrupt the stealth check, but can I make an insight check quickly to check what the kind of mood is
On the,
of the village?
you can make a wisdom check here.
Wisdom.
Yes. What's your stealth checks?
Mine was 13.
21.
14.
That's good. So you make your way by the harbor. You're standing on the other side of the river, but you're looking at the other side, and you can kind of like see from a distance what's happening here. You don't understand all the words, but if they're louder, you actually hear what's going on, and you also see what's going on. Like you see the mage, you see Effrey, you see Marcel, you see also Alfred and some townsfolk around them. What's your check, Effrey?
21.
That's good. Very unsettling. Like the mood is like a bit confused. Like what's going on? They're it's a bit tense, and you see that Alfred is also like he's really like his nerves are going like hard or hot right now. Trisha is like calm as always.
Yeah. I try to keep a calm demeanor next to her and just take a moment to listen at what is being said on both sides of the conversation. Like, how does Trisha react?
Basically, as soon as you approach and Alfred like finishes to speak, he's looking at you, and she's looking also at Marcel, and she's like, why did you come back?
She says that to me.
To both of you. You finally you want to stay here? Like, what is your plan?
I say to her, you know what's about to happen. You need to take the out that I offered.
I'm very well aware. Effrey, like, what are you trying to achieve here?
I know what my reaction is. I don't know what Effrey reaches.
She's actually looking a bit down at you. She's like
yeah.
nerved. Like she's like, huh, like, you know, like, what are you doing here? You know, come on, girl.
Effrey takes a moment and kind of just stares into the middle distance just for a split second before smirking and then grinning and saying, I say, I'm doing what I can to get my way.
She's smiling as well. So what is it what you want? How can I get rid of you? Tell me. What do I need to do that you just leave the village south now?
And charm again.
You can try.
I mean,
Can I try to?
I'm just trying to formulate the best way of describing, like,
Marcel,
what I'm
what?
trying to get out of this.
I'd like to try to emphasize to Effrey, like I try to emphasize to Effrey that she needs to go. Like you need to have her leave, or else violence will happen. And I've given her an out, and she needs to take it now.
So you're charming Effrey.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to try Effrey to get
Oh dear.
Okay, cool. You need to take a wisdom saving throw.
Huh?
No, not you. You
Okay.
are actually using your charms to be like, hey, Effrey, come on, like, listen. And Effrey needs to do a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
I rolled an 11. That's not good enough.
That's not good enough. So while Marcel approaches you and like talks to you, it really makes a lot of sense what he's saying. He's like very his arguments are just like on point, and like at the moment you can't really find like answers to that. And like it just makes sense what he's saying. Like, what are you doing here? Obviously he's in control of the situation. Like,
Effrey again shows some visible frustration at the fact that like she's trying so hard to keep control of the situation, and again Marcel has kind of ripped it out from underneath her. Like there's just a brief moment where she clenches her fists, and then she turns to Trisha and says, he's right. If not you, then someone else in this village. And if you care even remotely, which, let's be honest, you probably don't, but if you care remotely about making it out of here alive, then it's simply not worth the risk to stay.
She's
Leave instruction with me. Leave instruction on how I can reach you. I do wish to study under you, even if you don't want me.
okay. She's like, at this point, she's genuinely surprised. She's looking at you, and she's like, okay. She's like, she nods at Marcel, and she's talking to Alric, and he's like, Alfred. Yeah, Alric is the smith. My bad. Alfred, and she's like, fortify the village, and leave these two, like, let these two go. They can go wherever they want, wherever they want to. And she's like just looking at you, just like, probably don't stay here. And she's like, at the crowd, she's like, playtime is over. Like, playtime's over. There's no business today. You guys have work to do. Fortify the village. Be prepared. The squirrels might attack today. I'm going to fortify my spell. No harm will be done to you. Just be prepared.
What is the guard captain doing while that's happening?
Alfred is like,
No, the old guard captain.
he basically snuck up with you, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And he's like actually behind you, and it's like, okay, so what's your plan now? Like, you hear the Trisha speak. Like, what Trisha like shouted to the crowd, it's like very clear to you.
You can all go home now.
No.
First of all, I asked Calavandro for the purse of the captain without the captain noticing.
Why?
I want to repay Bogdan.
Don't you have coin?
Well, technically, but I want to pay him from the coin that the captain had, because I feel like that's like the taxes
Just
going
say
back
the
to the people.
captain's fault.
The captain is right. You're all criminals.
Indeed.
How about I give you half?
All right, that's fine. I'll pay the other half out of my bag. I feel like we're both at fault here, so I'll do that.
So you're going to the inn.
Did you guys still see Trisha? Or did she disappear? Did she go back?
She goes back to the tower.
I follow her in.
You're not. She's like,
No, we don't. I don't really want to go to then. I just want to drop the coin like through the window and then just leave.
okay, you just flop, and so you guys leaving back to the forest.
I don't know. What are we doing?
Can
What is-
I turn to the god?
Yeah.
I would like to ask him, what spells have you ever seen her cast? Do you know what she can do?
Oh, she's like very adept in healing like the whole village. Like owes her probably some like would have lost a child if not for Trisha. Like she's very good at that.
But you've never seen her fling a fireball.
Oh no! Why would she?
That's interesting.
I kind of want to talk to Marcel and Effrey if we somehow get a chance.
It depends what Marcel
I mean-
and Effrey are doing.
If she slams the door, how like, did we get any impression that she was actually listening to what Marcel was saying?
Marcel, at least, did get the impression that she definitely was listening. She actually nodded at him. Like, she has received it. She acknowledged it. And it also looked like she was definitely considering whatever he...
Okay, so if she shuts the door in our face, then, like, I take over with the whole, like, shepherding people away from the area.
Oh, you don't need to. Like, people actually, like...
And if people are heading out, then I, like, follow them back towards the village, and
So, like...
I'm going to choose to assume that Deoch, Calavendra, and Herga somehow...
like the stealth people see you, like you see Marcel and like the folk goes down there, and at some point like both of them are the last one actually like crossing the bridge, so that's the point where you could make contact with them if you want to.
And when every single other person is out of earshot, I very, very quietly say to Marcel, "Thank you." Like between gritted teeth, kind of like not really wanting to, but feeling it's the right thing to do.
Okay, so are you coming towards us?
You're
We're
basically
heading,
like
to over the bridge towards the
you're
inn.
stealthing there, kind of like,
Yeah.
and you see them, and you at some point you can.
Come on, Jeffrey, Marcel.
Yeah.
We're over here.
You reunite.
Okay, so I turn to Effrey and Marcel and ask, have you seen Rhea? Have you seen any of the abducted people?
Yeah,
Have
could you
freed
find out
them?
what happened?
Well, that we did not find.
My guess is that if they're in the if they're in the tower, then they're on the higher floor. And my guess is if Trisha listened to Marcel, if we go with the elves to the tunnel this evening, we'll find either an empty tower or a tower full of Trisha's patients. We certainly won't find any Trisha.
Well, what happened? Did you approach her and ask her about what she's doing with these people?
Deal. How long have you lived?
I've got a few summers behind me.
And have you ever known a sorcerer give any information you should not willingly give away?
Well, you gave away some information.
So
I
So
rest
you-
my case.
so you are saying you basically let her go after everything that she has done. You let her go.
Be happy with the fact that it won't happen again.
Be
Well,
happy.
did you at least ask her? Or what did what was your conversation about? Because we actually managed to convince the guard captain that she should be put on trial for what she has done. And he's right here with us. But he's an outcast now. He's apparently with the squirrels now because we convinced him that Calavandrel is no threat, but the other people don't see that as that way. So, what exactly did you do the whole day?
Enough with this entire bloody damned village already.
Okay, so
You know, there's other
Helga's,
villages, right?
Helga's getting really worked up here.
Yes,
And he's
every
saying,
two.
I might not be the smartest, but I know right from wrong, and I have loaded a big a giant guilt on my soul back in Skellige. I have not come here to enlarge it further. I've come here to cleanse it.
Don't feel in any way, Herger, as if this encroaches on sensibilities. The sorceress will do what she does, as
And this
they
is why
always
we
do.
have to stop her.
No, this is
Okay.
why
At
we
least
leave
the
this
trial.
situation alone.
Before everyone gets heated, why don't we just see what's in the tunnel later, and then we can decide how upset you are about the situation.
I want to be very clear. The sorceress is gone. There is no way around that. This is just something that all of us have to accept.
What do you mean she's gone? She's in the tower. I saw her walk in.
You know how portals work, right? You open them and walk
Well,
through them, and they close behind you, and then
you're
they're
a
gone.
So then
Sorceress
tell
too.
us why she is gone. Why did she leave?
I don't know.
And where did
And I
she
kind
go?
of turned to Marcel at that point.
But by the way, you don't know if she left.
I don't know where she went.
I'm assuming. No. Effrey is actually assuming this is her gone because because Marcel was so convincing.
Okay. There's still missing
Well,
people there.
I'm not convinced yet.
There are still and I say yes, and there may still be missing people. They may still be there. We may still be able to help them, but
It's time to get into this tower. Every
Well,
second
then we
we
should
wait.
go ahead and do it now.
So this tunnel leads to the tower, right?
Yes.
we can't get to the tunnel until midnight.
Well, can't we enter
Yeah.
just like through the
Well,
door?
Can't I beat that door down with my great axe? There's missing people on the other side, and if you are right, there's not even a sorceress anymore. who's
Okay,
gonna
well, you're right. Then
punish
they
it.
are literally dying right now. the people inside.
Yeah, if the sorceress is not there, then
I've had enough of this conversation.
Just one
I'm
thing
going.
before
I'm gonna
like
beat down the
before
door.
you guys do anything, like you know that like if you go straight to the tower, like there's a village who's probably going to stop you.
Oh, they're still there.
Well,
I
like,
thought they went home.
well, they're currently preparing like for a possible Skrill attack, so they're at alert state. So if you basically stomp into tower, there's a high chance that at some point people will follow you, and they probably don't wanna like they don't treat you
Guess-
kindly.
I guess that's the approach I try to take. Like, even as Herger says, I've had enough with this conversation and starts on his way. Like, I try to grab him by the shoulder and say, if you just go up there now, the village will still try to kill you. And
Well, then
if the sorceress has not left, she will succeed in killing you because she's a damn sight more powerful than I am.
Well, I believe that when I feel it on my skin.
Also
It burns
killing
away.
innocents.
As far
though.
as I know, as far as I know, this sorceress, all she can do is heal people and curse them to become some kind of beast or demon. I'm gonna take my chances. And if you're afraid of the other townspeople, cause a diversion. Set the lumber mill on fire. Make the villagers go.
Oh, that's a great
and
idea.
We've wasted enough time already.
Just wait until midnight. You're gonna find out at midnight what happened to all the people. Just wait until then. If you barge into the mage
Why are
tower,
you
you get a
so
whole
sure?
village behind you.
Why are you so sure?
I'm not so sure about anything. I'm just saying wait until tonight, then you'll find out what happened. Why? Don't
I'm
barge in
saying-
now. You just saw the crowd that formed.
How do you know that we will find out at midnight?
About the people though, like you heard the elves talking about the people and like in what time intervals like stuff happens. And like the shipwreck is not so long ago. It's like 2 days from now. So
That she might still be alive.
yes.
Yes, I completely agree. And if the sorceress isn't there, then there is nothing else happening to her. If your
Right.
theory that the sorceress is behind these injuries is correct, then you have nothing else to fear other than causing your own destruction with foolishness.
Right. You wanted to end this peacefully, right?
That's
Didn't
so
you
true.
want to go for a peaceful route?
I never went for a peaceful route.
Not you. I'm talking to the guy. Not you. I know that
like-
you guys wanted to go for a peaceful route, except for Herger. Everyone else wanted a peaceful route.
I did.
Okay.
Herger.
Well, then here you go.
Herger, I am just asking you to trust me.
Not after what you said. That there's other villages. It's just a village. All this stuff. I've come from a village myself. These people's lives matter, and I have not come here to neglect an injustice like this. A monster like this must be stopped. This is against all what I believe in.
Okay, Marcel, you know what? Give me one more argument why we should. I feel like we waited so long. We can wait another half a day. It's already like afternoon, so it's like another, I don't know, 6 hours
Look,
until
if,
the tunnel
if
opens.
you wanna let her lead you into the tower and start a riot, then go for it. But you're not gonna probably see Effrey or myself helping you at all. If you want to wait until midnight, and when we know we're gonna find out some answers, then just wait a little bit, and we will have answers that we don't have right now.
Also GM
Okay.
like input here, you could also fit another long rest in there if you wanna get some hit points back.
Yes, please.
I don't care.
Well,
I don't care.
So I would like to ask the guard captain. He's still with us, right?
Yeah,
Still
he's
waiting.
he's listening to you.
Is there any way to cause a diversion in the city? Are there any town bells that you can ring that are gonna summon all the people to a safe place in case of a fire, for example?
Yeah.
The villages in Skellige have such a.
I think like bringing people to safety in case whatever happens, if the Spirits really attack, that's probably like the number one priority. We can't like do trials after, but people's life matter. You said it very well. You know what to do. I'm going to stay in this village. I still have like close friends here. I'm probably not talking to Alfred, but like I've grown up here. Like I've not grown up here, but like I've been after like coming from Novigrad. Like I spent like nearly half my life here, so I have friends. I see what I can do.
Good.
And he's like,
Okay.
he's going through the harbor, and he's like,
Herger,
Okay.
please listen. Do bear in mind that this sorceress has also done a lot of good for the village, and in executing her, the village will not be happy with that.
So she
And you will
said,
be doing more harm than good. Now, as I said previously, I cannot condone her methods, but I also cannot condemn her to death when so many people depend on her, and we
Well,
all
we
depend
don't-
on her knowledge.
It's not in our power to decide if she lives or dies. Like, our only thing I want is a trial for her.
That's clearly
I
not
can-
what Herger's thinking.
I can agree to a trial, but I think when somebody commits a crime, they have to make up for it. And I cannot abate her just leaving without even telling people and letting people know what she did. The people must know what she did, and she must face
Then
punishment.
tell them after she's gone.
So nobody can arrest her.
Honestly, Herger, I'm completely on your side. I believe that justice should be brought here. The only thing that is stopping me is her power level. Like, to be completely honest, Herger, I don't think we stand a chance if we directly approach her like this. Like, I know you're very strong, but if the town people, for example, follow us and then we're in the middle fighting two wars, and that's not really smart.
I agree that we shouldn't face the entire city at once. Even for the mighty Herger, this might be a bit too much. But there is 5 of us. The guard captain is on our side. He has friends that he can muster. And if he can keep the attention of the people away from us, then maybe we have a chance. And think about the people in the tower that might still be alive. I am sure they will be wanting to help us as well.
How about we go into the forest, ask the elves where this portal opens, and then let Efri try and open it now? So we can sneak in through the tunnel?
Does the sorceress know about the portal?
Do you
Is
think
it
it's a
her
good idea?
device?
Tunnel. We never heard the word portal.
Okay, tunnel, portal.
Tunnel.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't know that it's a portal.
Another thing
be
from GM
surprised.
perspective, by the way, I would really appreciate if we could go more decision-wise here, because it's already like going to 9, and I
Yeah.
don't want to be this like. Just saying, like I would like discussions, but let's maybe try to get a bit more action in here.
Do you really think it's a good idea to talk to the square town?
I mean,
Yeah, they're on our side.
Maybe Kalavandra, you can convince them. If we can go there and if they can open the doorway prematurely, then maybe that way we can catch the sorceress before she can escape, and maybe
Okay.
she's gonna be caught off guard.
I don't
And
think
and I can settle with a trial. We don't have to murder her, but I can't let her get away.
We've come to an agreement with the elves, so they are not hostile towards us. I don't know what, like, you seem a bit scared of them. You can also stay back if you want, Calavandrel, but I think this is the best idea now. It's the best thing we can do is go now.
Okay. So to the elves then,
Yes, into the forest.
into the forest. Good.
And
leaving,
I want to.
leaving the,
okay.
the captain of the guard behind.
He's already vanished,
Gone.
more or less.
Yeah.
I want to talk to like Efri and Marcel to make sure like I look at them and I know like I say I know I got a bit louder here. I raised my voice a bit, but what this woman does hurts me. Or not hurts me. It goes against all my principles. And I know you have your reasons for what you're doing, and I can't ask you to help us. But if there's any shred of honor in you, then I think there's only one choice here.
Okay, so you make your way. You will know the way by now. You follow the white lilies. At some point, you go to the big tree. You move to the east, and like the elf, you hear some whistling already. And this time, no arrow flies at you. And at some point, like you make your way to the camp, and like Aidenat, the leader of the elves, is actually approaching you, and it's like, you made it back.
Yes, we have new information.
Come on, sit by the fire.
Is Calavandrel with us?
Yes, all of you are here.
Sitting
Okay.
back.
So I'll leave it to you whenever you want to enter the conversation. But
He's actually looking at like Calavandra, and she's like, "Oh, you brought a friend from the village?
Yeah.
What's your name, my fair lady?
You don't need to know.
He's like, okay.
We're friends. You can tell him. It's fine.
This is Calavendra. She's the elf we talked about.
Ah, a lady. Glad to finally make your acquaintance. I'm so sorry, your friend, like Ihak, he's not like with us anymore. I heard you came for him. He left some of his belongings though. Like, if it seems like you were near, if you wanna look for them, we can arrange that for sure.
Yeah, I would like to take his things, please.
Okay, sure. He points at one elf and like he's escorting you to one of the crates in the beginning, and there's some clothing in there, but there's also like a bottle, a vial kind of like with some stuff in it, like with some liquid in it. You don't know what it is. There are also some like he does also a bow of his is in there, and some arrows are there, and like some, or he's actually like he was an artist. So he made some of like he made some like small paintings which you can also take with you, like the picture like mostly scenery, like forests and like sunsets over the forests. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll take all of that.
Aidenat is like looking at you and he's like, okay, so tonight then.
Yeah, about that, we were thinking to maybe enter the tower sooner, because Lady Effrey here actually managed to talk with the sorceress, and it appears that she might be fleeing her tower. So we're thinking that we should maybe enter sooner, and if you can show us where this tunnel opens, maybe Lady Effrey can open it sooner, before midnight.
I'm not sure if it's a good idea to go sooner. We are like my people are preparing currently. I will accompany you on the mission, but like my friends here will basically stay here and like keep watch. There's no need to endanger all of them, like especially the small tunnel. But I can show the tunnel if you want to.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Like he's basically you're going south a bit, and like there's like a big tree, and you don't see anything. Maybe he's like just pointing at the roots of a tree, and he's like, there at midnight the tunnel opens.
Can I do an perception?
Everyone can do an Arcana check if you want. If you
is my medallion humming or doing anything?
yes, yeah, your medallion is like slightly humming.
20.
Place of power, gotta be.
Yeah, gotta be.
Oh shit, got -1 on that.
Well, Ephraim?
20.
Cool.
20.
Yeah, definitely some. It's definitely some illusion here, but you also know that like you probably like if you don't have the spell for it, you probably are not sure how to dissolve it on your own.
So maybe I just missed that. So the tunnel is supposed to be there, but is there like an opening in the ground, or is there like a wall or something?
Oh no, it's actually like a door. It's like this a wooden. I don't know how it's called, like fold door.
Like okay,
Trapdoor.
Hatch.
Is it
Yeah.
inside, like on the side of a mountain side, or like on a where the forest is going?
No, it's
down?
right in front of like it's in front of a tree.
Oh, so okay, it looked like as if we were going into a tree, basically.
And more like into the earth.
Okay, so
Hatch.
oh, I see, a hatch that goes downward. I see, and it's supposed to appear there, or we just can't get it open.
Well, it only appears there at midnight.
So if we started digging now.
Okay.
That's something Helga would do. We would like start
Sure.
helping out. And do we have a shovel? Wait, is there a shovel in any of our packs?
I do have a shovel.
Yeah, give me a shovel. I'm gonna
Alright,
start
I'll lend you my shovel.
helping out with the tunnel.
Okay. Like as soon as you try to like you immediately go BRUM, and like it's very hard ground. Like you can't even put the shovel really in there.
Well, that didn't work.
This entire time, Effrey is just stood a little bit further back, just watching them, kind of just saying nothing and looking.
That's Calavandra too.
I'm looking at Calavandra and asking her, what do you think is going to happen to your friends when the sorceress escapes and the curse is still upon them? Do you know what's happening to them?
Who says they're my friends?
You're all elves.
Yeah. And can that be the same for all humans that have to be friends?
I'm friends with almost all humans.
Exactly. Emphasis on almost.
I
Maybe not
have
the
made great friends here ever since I've come to this place, and even if you're an elf, I want to be friends with you. And I'm sure these guys would also be great friends for you if you would find a place for them in your heart and drink some ale.
I'm not gonna do that.
Aidenat is
Okay, so-
looking at you,
The
and
elf
he's like, I don't want to be rude to you at anyone, but like I personally have to prepare for tonight, so I will go back to the camp. You're invited to come with us. We have food, we have drink, we also have some medicine there for you if we need to patch you up.
What are your elves drinking anyway?
Oh, we have some very good, like we acquired lately some wine from Toussaint.
Acquired from this ship.
Well, that must do.
Interestingly, Dirk, you can make an intelligence check now.
An intelligent check.
Mhm.
14.
It's not bad. Like when you were in the camp, you didn't see anywhere, like you don't see any wares from the ship. Like all the crates and stuff, like are they not in the camp?
Okay, so I tell everyone that I guess we will not be able to enter this, so we should maybe make the best out of the time we have until midnight. Drink, rest.
Yes, let's have a feast.
Let's have one more
Oh, no.
feast. And
Let's celebrate.
while we walk, I'm gonna ask or talk to what's he called, Adar again?
In it. He's like, oh yeah, good that you ask. Dirk, maybe you wanna like spare with me? Like I need a bit of training anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I want to. Oh my god. Oh my god. Key
Wow.
event.
So basically, like you go, like the other ones go to the hideout, so to say, but like Aidenat like gets some else with them, and they bring like a big sword with him, and Aidenat is what do you want to talk about?
I don't know if we talked about it, but I just assume that you also captured the people from the ship. Do you also like what do you do with the wares and the crates and
Wares?
everything?
Well, you don't do anything with them. Like the village, like the villagers get them. Like typically when we get the people, like we attack a ship or something, the villagers just get all the wares. Why do you think like the wares are like? Why don't you think the image is so small and can survive? Like it's with our help.
So-
like,
So the village then goes to the ship, or do you bring it to them?
oh, like typically like the woodcutters head out to the ship and like just scavenge what they can.
Right. Thanks for the information, my friend.
Anyway, he's like, let's talk a bit. Like, and she's like looking at you and he's like, tell me, Witcher, like, how would you define a monster?
A monster. Someone that acts out of what's it called? Instinct, and is absolutely ruthless and blind to other people's. It's hard to explain to other people. So it's a person that has or a creature that has no respect for the beings of others, basically.
He's nodding at you. I like that. and he draws like the two elves like bring a very carefully and quite ornamented sheath like for a longsword, and Aiden approaches them and like pulls the sword out, and with one move basically he has like this longsword in hand, and it's very nicely ornamented as well. And he looks at it like, this blade is called Bloodseeker. It's like bringer of justice, but I haven't used it much. There was no justice to be brought, only pain and grief. But today, my friend, it seems the blade's time is upon us again. Come on, Dirk, let's train a bit. We're not going to use sharp edges. And he's like, goes in pose and looks at you.
I'm down for it. Let's go.
So you pull your longsword.
Yes, I pull my longsword.
Okay. And he's like he's doing this like.
So I'm like Neo in the Matrix.
So you're attacking?
Okay. Okay. First up, I just attack. Yeah.
Okay. So attack roll.
A 2.
Cool. He's basically evading, and while he's evading, he like makes a small pirouette, and he's slashing out with the side of his sword, and like hits you in the side, and he's like, "Haha, riposte!"
I'm a bit older, and I had training, but I'm strayed away from using swords, so I'm more proficient with the bow. But it's for me right now. I feel like this is the perfect chance to regain my skill with the sword. And I noticed that in the past, not having like close combat skills, is a hindrance to me. So I want to basically soak up all the information I can get from this person.
Yeah. So, Lise, come on me again.
I just try to attack him again.
Okay.
And
So
also look at his steps.
roll.
14.
That's good. So this time you actually hit him, but at the last time he's like just like parrying your blow and like deflecting a bit, and like you hit him a bit, but like he's just the brunt of the attack goes to the side, and he's like very agile and like dances around, and he looks at you and he's like, Dirk, do you know why this blade is powerful? Let me give you a little riddle. The blade is not magical, but it still has magic powers. How is that?
Because of the user, because you drive the blade.
He's like, come on, try to disarm me.
Can I roll for disarmament?
No, you can just roll the attack at this point.
Okay. I try to tell him that I don't need to do that, and while I do that, I try to do it.
Okay.
And I roll a 2.
Okay. Again, you're missing him, but this time he tries to disarm you as well, but he also like just misses you, and like you both kind of like make a pirouette and dance around you, and he's again looking at you, Dirk. Do you know the power of symbols? Bloodseeker is such a symbol. It's something that people can rally behind, like, and it's also a promise. And like, come at me again.
A 10.
At this time, like while you approach, he's actually moving at you in the last moment, and like he just hits you with the hilt, and like your sword just flies out of your hand and crashes down to the ground. He just steps back and lets you pick it up again.
I now get a bit what do you call it? Try to
Embarrassed.
attack quicker. Yeah, a bit embarrassed, and I roll a 4.
Okay. So you hit again, but he just dances outside, and he's like, Dirk, another riddle for you. What do you think if it happens to take that I take this blade, I go with you, but I don't make it back alive?
What was the start of the question?
If I take Bloodseeker, I go with you, but I don't make it out alive.
What are you aiming at? I would say that for you to fulfill your goals, it seems to me like you don't really see much worth in your own life right now, but it would mean a lot for the group as a symbol, I would say, that you join us.
He's approaching you, like he's like holding on your shoulders, and he's like, do me a favor, Dirk. if in case I die, like bring Bloodseeker to my people. Take the city, bring justice to the people. Don't need to die, but there can be a peaceful solution. Like the wrongdoers need to be punished, obviously, but my people are like they had a life full of fear. Give them a place to stay. Give them Windbrook. Maybe your sorceress can write to the authorities in Maribor. We could trade as well. We are no bad people. Like we have been forced into this. Like we don't mean any harm. Show them a way out.
Can I use this moment while he's talking to me as an advantage attack roll?
Yeah, you can. You can try.
13.
What do you want to do? You want to disarm?
I want to try to disarm him.
Okay, at this point, like you actually succeed, and like you disarm him. Like Bloodseeker flies to the ground, and he's like looking at you. Good, well done. Well done. You learn quick.
I like your. I really do think that your mentality is worth a lot and really, really rare in these parts of the lands. So, I appreciate all the help you can give us today and in the past.
And with this, you level up to 3, and you're now and you're now what are you? A weapon master? A champion? I forgot. Like.
No, wait.
I think it's a battle master. I think you're now officially a battle master. Yes. Congratulations. And you learn disarming, you learn riposte, and you learn parry. And like with that, he picks up his Bloodseeker and he's saying like, let's go to the others. Let's rest a bit until the night. And you go back to the others. Congratulations to level 3, by the way.
I thank him as well.
Ryan celebration.
Yay!
So, like, what are you going to do until tonight?
One question: do I have to change anything in my sheet?
Yeah, actually, you can like now enter level 3 in your sheet. If you go to character builder back,
Levels.
and then you can pick some stuff there. You can pick like the battle master. You can pick some stuff.
Unless someone approaches her, Effie kind of just keeps to herself the entire time. She doesn't really want to talk to anyone.
Okay, Marcel, what are you going to do until tonight?
We're just resting, right? We're
Yes.
just resting. Okay, I am just sitting off alone myself and enjoying a brew and watching just everyone just chit chat or do whatever they're doing.
Yeah, the elves basically the elves actually hand out wine if you want to.
Ah, well, this might be a party. Maybe I should sing a song.
They don't
Yeah, you
have.
should.
Yeah, you could do. You could do.
Oh, no.
Yeah, if Herger wants a song, I will be willing to sing a song.
I want a song.
You actually,
I want a song as well.
Song it is.
you're actually drinking Toussaint Red here, like for the like Marcel. Actually, you know this wine. It's like it's not one of the cheapest wine. Like you can definitely appreciate like what's offered here.
Mm-hmm. They're offering. They're being very friendly then, offering us
Yes.
their good wine. All right. Well, the mood has compelled me to sing you a song.
Sure.
To regale you with a tune.
Performance, please.
Perhaps let us also regale about Idiok's victory.
We haven't seen it. Like that was like Duke just alone in forest.
This is the 20, right? For
The
performance.
D20, yes.
Okay. I rolled 20. Well, I rolled 15 plus the 5, so I get a 20.
Okay.
Okay, awesome.
It's
So
not a perfect 20.
you start singing. Do you want to like place any additional stuff in your songs? You could, for example, add your song of rest to it. You could like expand your last spell
Yes.
slot.
Actually, yeah. I would like to add that in, the Song of Rest in there, so that
Okay.
we can regain some health.
So everyone who's hearing the song actually regains a 1d6 of health points while you're listening to Marcel playing.
A
How
one
many
D
did you
what?
say?
1d6. It is 6. My bad.
But I'm at 4.
Oops.
While we're doing this, I can't choose the Battle Master
I got a
archetype
4.
because we haven't unlocked the full marketplace.
I have actually. Let me see.
Well.
Is it not champion then?
Nope.
Well, like then just like play with the rules. You have the
Yeah.
rules in front of you, and like we figured it out until next time.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
So everyone
Can I-
regains 1d6. And Calandra, what are you going to do until the evening? You enjoying your drinks with them,
Yeah.
talking to the elves?
Nope, I'm gonna stay
I-
by myself. Don't
I,
wanna listen
I,
to this
yeah,
music.
yeah. I want to go to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Calavandra.
What do you wanna do?
I want to go to Calavandra, and I'm gonna give her a flask of wine, and I say maybe if the ale is too blunt for you, fine elvish taste, maybe this wine might help you. I've heard Marcel mutter that this is a pretty damn good one. So Calavandra, I have gathered that you don't like me too much, but maybe you can find friends here with the elves and all of them, and a nice a nice flask of wine here. It's just gonna bring you in the right mood. Trust me. And I give her a pat on the back, and then I walk away again.
I don't drink alcohol.
I tried.
But it did leave a little smile on Calavendra's face when you walked away.
You're a helpless romantic.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah, I tried. Maybe I should go to the elves and ask if they have something stronger.
That's a bad idea for Haga.
So Effie is also by herself, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I go to Effie and are you sitting somewhere? Can I sit down next to you?
I'm probably sitting at the edge of the clearing. Or yeah, I'm sitting by the edge of the clearing.
Okay,
standing leaning on a tree.
Yeah, so I go there and I bring another flask of wine. And
As you approach, I say, "What do you want, Haga?"
I just want to cheer you up, Effie. I felt like you were a bit less cheerful today than the other nights.
Ah, yes. Perhaps that's because everyone seems honor bound to remove my very reason for being here. I wonder whether that may have something to do with it.
Well, you said the mage has already left, right?
Sorry?
Maybe.
You sounded very sure earlier.
Marcel is very convincing.
Now, I think you have a sip of wine and you think about it, then you might see in it that this way, if there's no other mage in these parts, you can be the new sorceress. And you can be the one who can bring all the healing and the greatness of the people. Somebody who actually deserves to sit in a tower like this and to be adorned by the people.
The only person who deserves to sit in that tower is someone who has the knowledge necessary to do the job.
You seem pretty smart to me. And then I turn around and go away.
Can I approach
Effie shakes her head. But she does accept the wine and she starts sipping at it.
I want to approach Edna and ask him if I want to thank him for teaching me the moves, and at the same time ask him if he would be down for me to teach him something, and ask him if he plays Gwent.
He's like, it's a long time I've been playing Gwent. Some of my people play, but like, it's nothing for me anymore.
So who's your master? Who's got the best card I could challenge?
He's looking at some elves, and like one elf actually like the cards.
So I grab another ale and bring it to that elf.
Wine. You only have wine here.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Okay, so you're playing some Gwent.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you spend the evening. So at some point, like, you rest. Some of you probably sleep a bit. You all rest up to full hit points over the curse, because also the elves treat you like obvious wounds with some medicine of their own. And you can make a Gwent check, Dirk.
Mm-hmm. Waiting. 15.
He is an 18, so you get defeated by the elves multiple times. Some wins, some loses, but more losses. You don't lose anything. You don't play you don't play for cards. So yeah. And at some point, it's getting darker and darker, darker, and it's like around like half an hour to midnight. So Aidenat is now preparing. He's like sharpening Bloodseeker again, and he's like suited up. He has some armor on, and he's like nodding to you. If you're ready.
I'm ready.
All your spell slots are regained. All hit points are up. You are ready as can be. Good. So he gives some instructions to the elf, and then he leaves with you to the tunnel, so to say. While you're at the tunnel, you wait a bit at the tunnel, and after you wait there for a while, suddenly, as the moon is on the hovers on the night sky, you see that like the illusion starts to shimmer, and like beneath the illusion, there's a wooden pit trap or trapdoor, and Aidenat is actually opening it and say like, okay, we can go in, and he's actually going first and just goes down.
I go second.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm actually standing behind a bit, and I look at it a bit suspiciously, and I say, "This wasn't here before. I tried to dig here, but nothing happened."
Okay, so while you're in there, all of you there's a long tunnel, and you can definitely walk like side to side, like two people next to each other is definitely possible. How would you like to walk? Like, what's the order?
I try to shuffle my way up to the front.
Okay.
So at least stand beside the elf.
I'm near the
Or
back.
walk beside the elf.
I also want to be very much in the front.
So it's the elf, Effri, and then Diog and Herga.
Okay, so Marcel and
I'm at the
Calvin.
back now.
Whoa, I'm here too. I'm in the back. I'm in
Okay.
the back.
So Calavendra, Marcel in the back, Herga and Diog in the middle,
Oh no.
and Effri and Aidenat in the front.
What about the other elves? Did they join us?
No, they're actually in the camp.
Too scared.
Aidenat explained to you before, like it's like that's like his job. Like, also it doesn't matter. Like if you go with an army through the tunnel, it doesn't help as well.
Yeah.
So, and at some point, like you see some like light in front of you, and how are you moving currently? Just tell me just a bit more about like.
I don't think I'm bothering to be particularly stealthy. I know there's no point, or I gather that there's no point from what Trisha told me. So I'm just like walking straight towards it.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to push the people on, because I still think that we need to get there as quickly as possible to have the best chance at saving the people.
I'm trying to listen for any kind of suspicious noises, and if there's any noise or voices coming from the tower.
You can make a perception check.
Yeah. 16.
That's pretty good. You hear actually people talking in front of you, and like it's definitely a female voice, and actually it's all female voices in front of you.
Okay, so I let Edna and Effri know that there are voices, female voices, in the tower, and we should maybe be careful.
Effri just keeps going.
All right.
And at some point, like you enter like a broader section, so to say, and what you can spot is you see there are some tables. They are bloody. There's some big kegs, like no kegs, like yeah, there are actually some kegs there. I'm not sure what's the correct word here. You have some tables, and you also have like 3 prison cells. 2 of them occupied, and like what you can see, because they are not, it looks like solid walls here, but they're actually just like how to say it, small like round pins. Help me out here, English native speakers.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Prison bars.
Prison bars,
Cell.
thank you very much. Like the
Yeah,
walls are
okay.
not walls, but prison bars, so to say. And like the first there's no one, and Trisha is actually still standing there, and she as she sees you approaching, she's looking at you, and she's saying like, I really didn't dare. I really didn't think you're that stupid. And like she just opens the prison bar where there's a female elf, and you see Aiden crying out at the elf. He's like, Tunarian! And Trisha is mumbling something. And at this point, please all roll initiative right away.
Fuck.
Is initiative plus something? I always forget.
Yes.
Plus
Dexterity.
No, it's like there's actually an initiative like next to your armor class in the middle top.
Yeah,
right?
it's always the same
Yeah,
value.
yeah.
I've got a 4.
19.
Wait. Diok has 19. Herika has a 4.
13 for me.
Kalavendra has 14.
Was that supposed to be the 20? That's supposed to
Yes.
be the D20, right? 21.
21. That's good. And Efri?
9.
9. Okay. So the first thing you see is she mumbled something. She takes some steps back here, and she actually left the prison door open. And the elf is like falling down on her knees outside there. And you see like how she's slowly transforming. You see like her how like hair starts to grow from all over her body. Like her face suddenly becomes very like wolf-like, but it's not really wolf. It's just like really like a monster, and like she grows bigger in size. And at some point, she turns to you can't really describe it, but it's like it's kind of like just a beast, and she's like standing up again. And this is like the first combat round for you, Marcel. What are you going to do? You're standing in the back
here. I'm horrified. for what? I'm not sure what to do, to be honest with you.
You can also like just say like you wait until the end of the combat round, and then you can act then, or whenever you want.
Are you looking for me to do an action here, or?
Yes, you have basically in
Say
combat
something.
like, oh, it's your first combat, right? So in a combat, like you have 2 actions, like you have an action and a movement action. So you can move and you can do something like fire a weapon, cast a spell. That's like an action. And there are also some actions that you can do as a bonus action or as a reaction, but that's like in your skills. So what you can do is now you can say like I'm moving, I'm doing something, or you say like I'm waiting until the others have acted, and then you do something. For example, like
Yeah,
since
I think. Oh, go ahead.
no, it's just like since the way is blocked, you can, for example, like just prepare something. You could prepare a weapon. You could, I don't know, like inspire people, but you can't really like judge through them. You really would need to go like, you know. So you could also say like I'm just waiting until like the room is more clear.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I would do. I'm gonna wait. I'm horrified by what I'm seeing, but I'm waiting to see what happens next before I make any rash decisions here.
Okay, so Marcel is waiting. Diok, you're next.
Do we see what's in the other prison bars, like behind the other prison bars?
Yeah, it's Rhea here.
It's right here. And
Freya.
does she look alive?
Oh yeah, she looks alive, definitely. She looks a bit beaten, but nothing more.
Okay, so I shout out, "It's Ray here," and I draw my bow,
Mm-hmm.
my longbow, and take really good aim, but I'm not shooting yet because
At what are
obviously
you-
there's 2 people in. I'm aiming at the beast,
Okay.
and there's 2 people in front of me, so I don't shoot yet, but I take another round to prepare.
Yeah, so you take your round to prepare. You get advantage on the next round, but you're just and looking. Okay, the next one is Calavendra.
All right. I'm gonna ask everyone if we want to kill this beast or not.
Oh, that's it. Like you can't really do more words in a combat round. Like it's like combat round is something like 6 seconds.
Do we kill it?
So it's like, do we kill this beast? And like
Yeah.
then you wait for an answer. Okay. And then you're going to wait with your actions as well, or are you going to take action?
Or did they respond and say yes or no?
Well, same combat round still, so you don't know.
Okay. But then I wait for
Okay.
their response.
So Aidenat is like, like in that is charging like straight in front, and he's like no, and he's his blade ready, and he's like running straight through the tables basically in the direction of
Towards
Trisha.
Trisha?
Towards Trisha. Then it's Efri's turn.
I turn. Okay, first of all, how's the scale here?
You're around 5 feet. Like every one of you is around 5 feet.
So it is actually quite big. This.
It's like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 60-ish? 50-ish?
I turn my back on the room and like kind of make myself as big as possible and stand in everyone's way, like to say stand down.
Okay. So basically you're standing in like, and you're like, ah!
Yeah, I'm just like, don't do anything stupid.
Okay. Harga, it's your turn. Like Efri is basically like doing this. You see Aiden that charging in front of you. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm very sorry, but I see Rhea over there, right?
Yes. Yes, you do.
I fly into a rage.
Okay.
Immediately. I had my great axe in hand already.
Mhm.
And so now if I want to charge at them, how far can I get? As far as 8 nut? Or like, I mean, and then of course there's Efri in my way, which is
Well,
another
so
issue.
you have basically, okay, let's say there are three paths. You can go at the beast. You can do that in one turn. Like you just charge at the turn. You would need to charge past Aidenat basically. Then you would be with him probably like at the beginning of next turn would be here. You could do the long way. Then you would charge the whole turn. But next turn you could then finish your movement to either one of them. So either beast right now or like waiting for next round, then go to the mage.
And the beast, like, I mean, I saw how the beast came out of the elf, right?
It's the elf basically,
Yeah. So I
That's
saw
my
this happen,
elf.
the transition. Yeah. Okay.
but he looks gruesome. Like he looks like a monster to you. It's like it's something children would be very afraid of.
Okay.
You probably as well.
Okay. But I mean, in Herger's mind, he still knows how he was told that the sorceress made these out of the elves, and the only way to lift the curse is by killing the sorceress. Or
That's
like
what the
by-
elf said.
Yeah, that's what the elf said. But that's what Herger believed. He believed
Yes.
the elf. So I believe, like, Herger believes this. So I don't want to hurt the beast. And I say, I actually shout like, leave the beast alone. Just focus on the witch.
Mhm.
And I start charging as far as I can towards
Okay.
her. And how do we deal with Efri? Like, I don't want to. I try to.
need to
can
shove
I try
her.
to duck. Can't I?
Oh, you can try to. Yeah.
Like, maybe try. I don't want to hurt her.
So you try to you lose a bit of speed by like ducking under her. Efri tries to get you, so you can Efri you can try to make a strength check against Herga to see like if you.
If this works, I'll be so embarrassed.
Yeah, but Herga, you can do this strength check as well.
I don't think you're gonna be able to stop me here. Kind of
For
21.
role playing purposes, I rolled an 8.
Also, he's still in a rage, so he gets advantage on strength checks, and he's just pushing you out of the
I
way.
completely understand. Like it's like what Efri is
Yeah.
trying to do.
You're getting thrown against this wall basically. You lose a bit of speed because you need to shove it down, but you're moving. Do you move with Ednut through the 2 chairs, or are you going to
I think I'll try to take the way around.
So you're going
And I shout, Rhea, I'm coming to save you.
okay. So you hear.
Yeah.
And then it's Marcel. You choose to wait.
I definitely think I move forward at this point, though. I'm still not sure what to do, but I move forward. Kind of run up as well, as if looking like I'm going to take some sort of action, but I'm not sure what I'm doing yet.
Do you draw a weapon or something, or
Yeah. I take out a crossbow that I have.
Okay. Like here or something?
Mhm.
Okay. Calavendra, it's your turn. You waited as well. What are you going to do?
I think I want to move up next to Haga so I can help him.
So basically something right here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it's the next combat turn. And you see... God, Trisha. You see Trisha. You see Trisha like looking at you like she's actually looking at, in fear. Like she's like as she sees her charging with the great axe, as she sees Aiden charging with the, she's actually realizing like, oh my god, like there are people charging it here, and she's like casting something, and you see her like move something up, and like flames erupt basically from like between all of you, between the beast, like the cell, the chair, the stairs, and she actually moves farther back to the to where his cage more or less, and between here there's now like a wall of magical flames. You feel like they're magical because they are like really like hot, like if you were and they are like burning really hot. So it's not like a campfire you just like jump through. You just like you feel it's like really hot, and it's like basically here.
So is it also blocking the entrance? I imagine that's the stairs to the left.
You can probably go over the stairs upsides, but like it's like here kind of like it's a straight line. So like she just wants to get like something in the way of you, basically of you all. Mm-hmm. So like nothing is in there. Also like when you like, since the fire is really hot, like you all of you are sure like you will take some major damage if you just jump through it, but as a group you have some tools to actually like mitigate some of this, or like prevent or like help people. Yeah, sure. So I'm just saying like it's not a barrier you can't pass, it's just something that probably requires you to work together.
Okay, is it the next combat round already?
It's Marcel, it's your turn.
So the beast didn't do anything?
It transformed.
Okay, yeah.
Which side is the beast on? Where the flames are, or the other side?
On the other side.
No,
like,
that's with us.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Is the beast coming at us or no?
It's currently, it finishes transformation, standing up, and it looks very angry, and it looks around currently.
Okay.
You cut out there, by the way.
Sorry. Basically,
it's just looking at us, right? It's just looking at us.
Yeah, it's very angry, looking around, and it currently looks what to do. It will strike soon.
Okay. I just point my crossbow at the beast, but I don't pull the trigger yet, and I just kind of look around to see what we're gonna do about the flames in front of our face.
You are actually comfortably out of range of the flames. They're burning here.
Okay, good.
And Dirk, it's your turn. Like you took aim. Effrey's kind of like jumped in.
Yeah, stacked up against the wall.
I use that as an advantage to get past her and actually charge towards the table, to the bottom table. So we're somewhere there, like not in range of the beast, but rather just so I can get in range of Herger and shout to him, "Go get her!" And I cast Quen on Herger.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Good. That's the action then. Like you stop aiming, you cast Quen on Herger, and Herger, for you, what's strange is like the flames immediately don't feel that hot to you. You kind of feel like there's something around you. You don't really know what it is, but you feel there is something, and like it feels good. Like you feel protected. Okay, that's Dirk's turn. You see the beast is like roar, and he's charging straight onto the nearest foes here, and he's probably hitting Herga actually, because he looks like really dangerous. So he makes 2 attack rolls. What's the AC?
My AC is 13.
Okay, 1 hits. Okay, it's like 14 points of damage.
14?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, no damage taken.
True. You have Quen on you, so basically you see like how the beast raises like his claws, and it's like, rah! But like before it hits you, something invisible blocks like the hit, and it's just and like you wonder what happened because you didn't get hit, and the beast like rah! And looks at you in astonishment. And it's Calvendra's turn. No, wait, actually it's no, it's fine. Calvendra's turn. My bad.
Oh my god, I don't want to kill her. Still no one answered me with my question previously.
No.
I kind of, yeah, that was why I did what I did to say stand down, but no one listened, so it's up to you what you do.
Well, if no one's gonna answer me, I'm just gonna shoot this thing with my crossbow. I mean my
Short bow.
short bow.
So you ready your short bow, you take aim, and...
Yeah.
Okay. So, Calandra is taking aim here. It's... Efri, it's your turn. You're standing down
Wait,
there.
did you not want to shoot?
Yeah, but readying, like... Did you ready your bow before already?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's why. She basically just, like, pulls the bow out. She's like... and...
Oh, I see. Okay. Right.
So, Efri, it's your turn.
None of these two last sessions have gone at all. How I make my way forwards toward. How far can I go? Can I get all the way to it?
Like here?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. You basically dash forward until here.
And that's taking my entire turn.
More or less, yes.
And on my way, I'm shouting, "Enough! Enough of this madness!"
Okay, you go like next to the fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it's Helga's turn. So you could just get slashed by the beast, but nothing really happened. You're still in rage, though.
Yeah. I mean, I hit Efri, so my rage didn't go away, and the beast also, you know.
No, it's actually because the beast attacked you as well. So like you're still in rage. It's fine.
Okay. So I'm still enraged, and I mean the rage. I mean, it just keeps going on. I stopped thinking as clear as I did before, and I turn to the beast, and I say, "You want a piece of me? Come here, let's dance." And I try to grapple it.
Okay.
And I want to grapple it. I want to like with the idea to toss it into the flames.
Okay, that's cool. Yes, go on.
So, all right, that is a 15.
Okay, so let's see how.
It's it's not a strength check, right?
No, you do an attack, and then it's basically it's then strength or it's basically I think athletics or
yeah. So
acrobatics.
So value I gave you 15.
Okay, so you're actually able to grab the beast, but the beast is very strong, and like you try to like get it, and like you distract it for sure, but he's trying to like just pulls free, like steps back basically in astonishment, and like every the beast is coming like really close to you. And
What does
Marcel.
the elf do? What does the elf do?
The elf?
Yeah.
It's not his turn yet. Marcel.
I thought
He started charging
missed.
first, but
Okay.
Damn it, I thought I had a spell to help Herger, but I guess I don't. So
you actually have. You have what you can do as bard.
I thought I had one.
Yeah. You have as bard, but it's not a spell. It's a feature actually of your, and it's called
Okay,
bardic
that's what I was looking
inspiration.
for.
Yeah. you
Yeah,
can-
that's what I was looking for. Okay, so I'd like to use that.
So basically, you need to encourage Herger, and then you can give him.
Yeah.
What do you say to Herger?
I shout out to her after I see him try to grab the beast, and I just say, "Come on, big boy, you can cake him." And then
Okay. you hear this and you feel inspired. You actually get a 1d6 now and you can use it whenever you want within the next 10 minutes. You can add it to a saving throw. You can add it to an attack roll. You can add it to an ability check.
That's inspiration, right?
Yes.
You cut out again.
Oh, sorry. It's the bardic inspiration. 1d6 for attack roll, ability roll, or saving throw.
Oh, that's cool.
Next 10 minutes. But it's just a bonus action, so you can still do something else if you want to.
Marcel.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So okay, that's fine. After I do that, I'm gonna go towards Efri because I also want to try to. I don't want to be bothered with trying to fight this crazy beast. I want to try to talk to the sorceress.
Okay. So you're basically moving up to here.
Yep.
Okay. Ednat and so far, like, was looking at the beast. He was judging at the spell, but like with the flames flying up, he was kind of like caught back, and he's now standing in front of the beast, and he was not really sure what to do. He just waited, and he's like, you see like how he's thinking, and like nothing happens at the moment from Aiden that side. And it's next turn again, and you see Trisha. She's like, everything closes onto her. She's like kind of like, you see like how she's still afraid, and she's just mumbling something again. And after she mumbles, like you see like how the beast just like grows in size and becomes like bigger and bigger. Yeah, that was her. Marcel, you're again.
It's back to me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm next to Efri here, and I tell her. I just say to her, this is gonna go one or two ways. You tell her, you convince her right now to follow the coordinates that I've given her, or she's going to die here.
Okay, so Diok, it's your turn. What's she going to do, Diok?
I shout at her, ignore the beast. Go for the sorceress. That's all I'm gonna say. And I will, or wait. I'm gonna say, ignore the beast. Go to Raya. That's it. And I try to move behind the table, so the table is between me and the beast. And I cast Quen second time on her.
Okay, so again, like you feel the familiar feeling of there's something in between you. And Calavendra, it's your turn.
Okay. Still no one answered me.
No.
My question.
That's your question.
My first move I asked, should I attack this beast or not?
Well, when I shout out, ignore the beast, go for the sorceress, that's basically my answer.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was shouting it to everyone. Yeah.
Ryan, your connection is a bit poor right now.
Yeah,
Oh, it is.
yeah, you're cutting out a bit.
Oh no.
Okay, so that was Calavendra. What are you going to do?
Oh no.
You still have all the actions.
Yeah. I am, for self-defense, I'm just gonna shoot this thing because I don't want it to attack me or
Okay.
anyone else.
You shoot in a melee though, so you have disadvantage on the roll because like there's so much going on in here. Like shooting with an arrow into like a melee fight with a lot of people, it's like really dangerous to hit someone else. So you can try it, but it's hard.
I got this, guys.
Okay,
So, what do I roll again?
D20,
D20.
and with your short bow you have actually a +5 on the roll.
Okay, so 14.
Okay, so as you shoot, you actually see like how the arrow just goes right into the beast and it actually sticks and well, basically you hit it. It's just like and there it is. It's actually really big. The beast is like kind of like harder to miss. So you hit. That's what I'm saying. You
I know
hit.
it must.
Roll damage, please.
Alright, that's the D6.
Yeah, it's with the short bow, it's 1d6 plus 3.
5.
Okay. Good. That was Calavendra's turn. First blood, so to say. It's now Ephra's turn. No, sorry, I'm sorry. It's the beast's turn. The beast is there. The beast gets hit by the arrow, and he's like looking around. It's like so many people. So at this point, he's like, oh, it's really big now. So it just swipes, and like it kind of like swipes down the table. It tries to hit Aiden. It tries to hit Helga in one like giant swipe.
Misery.
Okay. It actually Aiden that dances out of the way, and also Helga. Like when you see this coming, you're kind of like ducking out of the way, and the beast just swipes over you. And then it's Ephra's turn.
I would like to cast Zephyr, like directly ahead of me to push the flames away and ideally into Trisha.
Okay, so you're casting Zephyr, like you're mumbling the words, and you throw like the air into the fire. And like what happens if like air goes into the fire just flames up like really high, and you still have a movement action though.
What can I do with a movement action other than move?
Oh, you can also talk longer. So you can talk as bonus action, but if you spend your movement action talking, you can convey more information because you're standing, so to say. Like.
I don't know.
You wanna wait?
I really don't. I'm so out of my
Okay,
depth in a fight like this.
You're like, ugh, and then it's Helga's turn.
So I see the fire. I still have this strange magical sensation around me. I see the fire, and I know that she cast it, right? I saw how she did that motion.
Yeah, you basically saw how she grew like the monster.
Okay. So I start like as I get ready to charge the fire, I mumble to myself like, I must stop the fire. I must stop the fire, as if something is like tormenting me, and I dash through and try to.
So
like, can I like already jump with my great axe in hand, like?
Yeah, you're basically going like, and you're jumping here straight at Trisha. Okay.
Exactly.
So while you're free for fire, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oops.
For what?
For the fire. Quen is on him, I know.
19.
What?
19?
Yeah.
Okay, it's pretty good. So you see like how a big portion of the fire just like bursts this invisible thing on you. You also like with your constitution, like you push through, you just ignore the pain, you take a bit of damage, but like like this fire burns like so hot that you made it through. It's like it has to be it has to be your will, like your determination that you actually made it through. And you actually only take like 5 points of damage here. Okay, every one of you sees like how Helga's jumping through the fire, and like while you jump, like you bring your great axe down and you roll an attack roll.
Only strength on top of this.
Oh no.
It's Ryan gun.
Ah!
Ryan.
It took Ryan. The witch took Ryan.
Let's hope he's back soon so the screen fixes itself.
Rip.
Oh boy. Yeah, I rolled. Oh, I guess because Ryan just left, I have to re-roll, right? Because that's.
Yeah, Ryan is there.
Because I only got a 6.
You got a 6? Mm-hmm. So while you bring your axe down, you see Trisha is really afraid of you, and like reactively she just like jumps out of the way while you bring a great axe down right in front of her, and she stumbles like kind of back.
Okay.
And with that, we have. Oh, there's Zirk again. Let's see. it's the next combat round. And this time, actually, Trisha is like looking at all of you, and she's looking at Marcel, and she's looking at Herga in front of her, and what she's doing is basically she's turning around on her heels. You see her like with her eyes, like how she's like making like this move. A portal actually appears in front of her, and she just jumps through the portal.
No.
You done did it, Helga.
And with that, it's Marcel's turn.
I was going to raise my bow at her, or my crossbow at her, but relieved. I look relieved that she jumps through the portal, hoping that she jumped through the portal that I hope she jumped through. And I just.
There's just a big monster in the
beast,
room.
The beast is still here, right? The beast.
Yes.
Is still here. So I turn my attention to the beast tonight, and I say, and I shout out to Herger the beast, to get his attention back on the problem at hand in the room.
Did the fire go out? Sorry, I missed that.
The problem is like she just jumped through the portal. The fire is still there. Like
The fire's still there.
at least, yeah.
Oh my god. This is worst case.
You done did it.
How is this my fault?
This is
Roll the six.
certainly
It's
not
not his fault.
Herga's.
It's not his fault.
This is certainly not Herga's fault.
But we gotta take care of the beast now. So
Yeah.
Oh my god.
do I have
Marcel,
another action or no? That's
you have
it,
two
right?
actions actually.
Okay, so
Movement and an attack action.
Oh wait, you know what? Ah, couldn't I have like used the D6? From
Yes,
the
you
bard
could.
On the.
You still have it,
attack
though.
roll?
Yes, you could have.
Damn it!
All right.
God damn it!
Marcel.
I would like to use one of my spells here,
Okay.
and I would like to cast a. I don't think it'll work, but I'm gonna try to cast a hideous laughter on the beast.
Okay. So you get advantage on it when you actually can tell me a joke here.
I have to tell you a real joke.
If you want, then without, then it's just like a normal roll.
I don't know. I tell a really bad pun.
Okay. So looking at the beast and like, hey beast, you
Yeah.
know, and you tell like a really bad joke, and
Why
the
did
beast
the chicken cross the road?
Exactly, something like that.
and the beast looks at you, and it is like as it doesn't even understand what you're saying. Like it doesn't even like recognize like the words
Yeah,
kinda.
but I'm just trying to get its attention.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like yeah. So next one is Diok.
Yeah, I hope my connection stays stable, but right now I can hear all of you guys. I did miss what happened to Herga when he jumped through the flames.
The mage
And
teleported.
Sorceress teleported through or away.
Through a portal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
And we know Witchers hate portals. So.
yeah. Is the portal closed immediately after her?
Currently, it's still open.
Helga.
Ah, shit.
Don't do it.
Oh, Hager, go after the beast.
Oh my god!
But you see, it's already closing. Like it's open.
Oh,
she
no.
went through, and it's like.
Not even my turn.
No, it's not a
lose
turn.
an arm. Go after the beast.
I could push you through the portal.
Yes,
No.
do it.
No.
Do it.
I don't know if it's the best idea, to be honest.
It's the best idea in the world.
We need you here. Is there any way to... Okay, I shout toward Jeffrey and ask, can you undo this?
Like there's a beast in your way, like a big beast.
God damn it.
I was gonna ask the same question, Diok.
Did use my second Quen?
Yes, you did.
Alright, so I redraw my crossbow and move a bit back against like the crates in bottom right corner. Yeah, right there, and I take aim towards the head of the beast and take my round to aim.
Yes. Okay. Next one is Calavendra. Oh, beast. No, Calavendra. True. So, my bad. Calavendra. It's your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna take another shot at this beast.
Okay, you do.
Okay.
At this point, like the beast is so big, like you don't get a disadvantage if you shoot at him. Like,
All right, 15 on the d20.
okay, the hits, roll damage.
4.
At this point, like you like the second arrow just like hits straight into his body. Calendra is the only one currently fighting the beast. Everyone is just occupied with something
Yeah.
else.
I distracted it.
Well, you're not sure if you distracted it. It was just like looking at you, but yeah, maybe.
For a brief moment.
And the beast is like looking around, and it sees like the 3 people of you standing here, and it does again like this giant swipe. And it's like "Rah!" And swipes like the table like falls down as well. And let's see. So everyone who has like 15 AC or something will just get will not be hit. 14 AC will get like slightly hit, and everything with 13 or slow will get hit. Hit. Marcel, how much
Everybody?
AC do you
Wait.
have?
I have 12.
I have 11.
11. Okay, and Aidenat is there. Okay, so let's see. So you take like 7 points of damage as like the all of you as the claw swipes through the air, and also Aidenat doesn't really like he wants to jump back in time, but the claw just stretches over his body as well.
Do I get hit as well?
No, only the 3, like Effrey, Marcel, and Aidenat are hit. Like the beast just like claws through the air.
You didn't like my joke.
Effrey, like you just got hit by the beast, and like it's your turn.
Yeah. Effrey just grimaces, like ducks down and like shoots her hands upwards above her head towards the beast, where they immediately ignite, and this burst of flame
Okay.
just appears, like aimed directly at the beast's head.
Okay.
I believe it's a dex.
Yeah, it's
13.
Dex 13. Okay, so you like the beast like just clawed you. You fall down. A bit of the you kind of avoid a bit of the hit, but it just still creases over you. Your dress like gets more bloody like every day, and like instantly if you get your hands up and sudden like you murmur the words, and suddenly flames shoot out of your hand like and hit like the beast and everything which is there in the vicinity. Aiden just steps back a bit, and the edge of the table starts burning a bit, but you hit the beast in full front. Like you can make your attack.
In true Lothari fashion, I rolled 8
8.
from
Okay.
a possible 24.
But the thing is, like, since you were so near to the beast, you roll an 8, but like some of the beast's hair actually, like the body of the beast actually starts igniting. So the beast like has some patches of where it actually starts burning now.
Okay. Not 24, 18. Sorry.
18.
Still bad. 18 total, but I rolled 8.
Oh,
Just
okay.
complaining at how bad
Yeah,
my die
okay.
rolling
I
has
see.
been today.
Okay, that's Effie's turn, and then Harriga, it's your turn. You see,
So,
like the
behind the
portal just
firewall.
closes, like the flame slowly coming down, but it's still there.
Okay. And so the sorcerer's got no trace, nothing there that helps me at all in a way of like tracing where he could have gone. Did I see through the portal?
The portal is more or less like. Yeah, you saw. Okay, yeah. Since you were actually directly in front, like behind here, you saw how she actually, in some kind of like it's a palace or something. It looked very noble. It had its status in there. It was a long. How to say, like it was very noble, very high class.
Didn't look like it was here in the city.
No, definitely not. Like everything here is like wooden, and like the tower is of stone, and this doesn't look like stone. This was really carved out, like ornaments as well, and like.
Okay. So Rhea, I'm very close to her right now, right?
Yes,
Looking at
you're
the
basically next to herself.
navigation. Did she like shout or say anything while this was happening, or was she unconscious?
Oh no, she was actually like looking at her cell, and she's watching it. And when you're next to her, she's actually like, "Helga, that's your name."
Yes, I have come to rescue you. Can I? Is there like a lock that I can hit with my axe so to
Yeah, you
free
can.
her or
You
something?
can make a strength
All
check.
right, I'll bring down this thing. I've got. Oh, now I'm not in a rage anymore, right? Because I didn't.
You actually attacked last round, so yeah, you are. As long as you attack, you're fine.
Oh, as long as I attack, it's fine. I see. All right. So you get advantage on strength checks.
Yes.
This is a strength check,
Yes,
right? So
it
I got
is.
advantage on that.
Yes.
All right. Good thing, because I rolled a 1.
Okay.
First score. Maybe I should add the inspiration that I got.
You can
from
choose
the
to do
bard.
afterwards.
Afterwards, okay. Oh, that I don't need it. It's 19 plus 3, so
That's
22.
good. Yeah, you crack the lock, and like the door kind of like goes open.
Mm-hmm.
And Drea is immediately going out. She's like, she doesn't look too well, but she's like, give me a weapon.
And I throw my great axe in her hands, and I draw my 2 hand axes.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. And as
We
you
have
like
to
do,
stop the beast.
as you do that, like see like the fire, as the fire just comes down and like slowly goes out. And it's like next turn, Marcel. Just got hit by the beast. You saw it's like it has
Yeah.
like a flame patch on it.
He's coming towards me now, or no? He got hit by the flames. So
Yeah, I'm imagining I'm probably the next target, and that's not going to end well.
no, it's not gonna end well. Okay. So I'm gonna try something else here. I shout to everybody to cover their ears.
Yay!
And I'm gonna unleash a high C.
Okay, you do it. You unleash the high C. Everyone like can make since like if you react to Marcel actually cover your ears, you know most of them like you know what's going to happen, so you could do it. And when you do it, you get advantage on the saving throw. Otherwise, I would need you to roll. I would need to roll a saving throw anyway. So wisdom saving throw, please, everyone. Everyone who covers,
Advantage.
if everyone who covers their ears has an advantage on it. Good. Everything above 13 automatically succeeds.
Yeah, I didn't cover my ears because I was taking aim at the beast. But I rolled 15.
That's good. Perfect.
I rolled 12.
Yeah, like you actually.
Once again.
Sorry.
It had that?
I said
You
the cover
were
your
warned.
ears.
Sorry, again. What do I have to-
Wisdom.
13, you have to hit.
Yeah, I have a 18.
Okay, perfect. So, Calavandra, you actually. Wait, where is it? High C. You can roll a 1d6, Marcel.
I'm sorry.
A 1d6, please.
Okay. I rolled 2.
Okay, so
But
you
I
get.
can't.
Calavandra, you get 2 points of damage, and like you because it's like it's really loud. Get distracted a bit, and also the beast is like but it shakes it off, and
Thanks, most.
but you definitely hit the beast, so that I can say.
Yeah, I tried.
Diog,
I shoot.
Finish him.
do it.
Yeah, I shoot at the.
Shoot her!
Well, do I get advantage because I took aim?
Yes, you do.
Thank God. Oh my God. It's a 5.
It's a 5. So it actually goes past the beast, and like it just hits the table next to where Heraga stands.
Nice. I do take my bonus action in
Yeah.
combat,
Mhm.
and I shoot again.
Do it.
16.
Okay, there we go. Roll damage.
Mm, 1d8. 4.
Okay.
Damage.
So
Oh, wait,
another
wait.
arrow. Sorry?
Wait, what is that hit DC? Is that additional damage I get?
No, that's like you can add it to your attack roll.
Ah, okay. Wow. Okay. It doesn't matter. Hit. Okay.
Okay.
4 damage.
Okay, so 4 damage, like another arrow just hits it right into it, but it still stands, and it looks as it will still stand. Like it's not like it's close to dying, but it's actually still up and running. And Calavandra, it's your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna do another attack with my short bow.
Okay. Shoot then.
19.
Okay, go ahead, roll damage.
4 again.
Okay. So another arrow hits it, and like through all these arrows, it really gets distracted. It wanted to charge at Effrey because the flames came from it, but like with all the arrows like pop, pop, pop from behind it, it's like turns around, full of rage, and like charges at you, and like it tries to get Aiden on the move, and just jumps over the table and tries to like actually with its mouth like to like at you, and it hits Aiden on the side. And Aiden is gladly is able to like jump out a bit, and it tries to attack you. What's your AC?
It's 14.
Okay, so the beast is basically like just sinking its teeth into your shoulders, and like it's really big. So you actually fall down with it. So like the beast is now upon you, and like it's like lying on you, and like sinks its teeth into you, and you take 10 points of damage.
Guys! I'm almost dead. Again.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Okay, Effrey.
I shout for everyone to head back towards the tunnel and run for the stairs.
Okay.
Calavandra's just lying there.
Like I can run for the stairs and still take an action.
Yes.
But like the first thing I do is head towards the stairs and shout for everyone to make their way towards the tunnel, and then I do another like trying to aim upwards again so that it warms Calavandra up but doesn't damage her. Maybe
it's hard though. Like you can risk it, but I'll tell you, this will be a hard move.
I
would say you can
I
try.
make it any better?
You can try to do an Arcana check
by just using Anya.
Oh yeah. Anya is just like straight.
Yeah. I have a +5 in the hit there, so that's extra damage on top of 1d10, right?
That's extra hit. Like you hit, you need to make an attack roll, and like that's your plus modifier.
This is the first time I've done this.
So you roll an attack and basically add a d20 and add like the plus hit onto it.
+5, 11.
Okay. You actually hit. The beast is very big, and like you hit it in the back, and
then it's 1d10. Come on. 9.
Okay, that's good. Okay, and actually, like you take the words, like you mumble the words. You see the typical fireball appearing in your hand. You throw the fireball at the beast, and where the fireball hits, the beast actually. And you see like more flames igniting from his body. So like the beast, like the whole back of the beast is currently like burning, and like it smells like rotten and like rotten meat, and it's burning. So at this point, like Rhea here is like taking the great axe and like just running there and jumping from behind, like with the great axe, like Karga did before with the onto Trisha, and it's like and tries to hit the beast. And she succeeds. She actually like sinks the great axe into the beast. Like what's the damage of the great axe?
It's I think it's a d12 actually. I've always rolled a d12.
Okay.
It's d12 plus 3.
And you see how like she sinks her axe in the beast's back where the fire is. And you also see like the beast is like visibly like with all the burning and with the axe hit, it starts like really shaking, and it's doesn't look that good anymore than before. And then it's Effrey's turn. Oh no, wait, it's Karga's turn.
So I see how Calavandra's on the ground, how Rhea is there fighting the beast, and so is my rage still going? I attacked the lock.
Yeah, I don't know. You can do another one if you want to.
Okay, I'm gonna do the second one. I'm flying to another range. My friends are in danger. And I still have my 2 hand axes.
Mhm.
But in this case, because it looks pretty dangerous to throw them when everybody's lying around there, I charge, and I want to attack with both of them.
Yes.
Yesterday you said no, same mistake. Last time you said that's possible, right?
Yeah, it's possible. We actually did like 200 attacks wrong. You need to roll 2 attacks for them, though. And for one, you can add your proficient bonus. For the other one, not.
Oh, okay.
So roll of the first one, then roll of the second one.
All right. First one is. Do I have to add the proficiency to the first one?
Yes, you do.
Ah, damn it. So the first one is an 8.
Oh, you still hit it. It's so big. It's
Okay, okay. And the second one is a 6.
okay. Both the second one doesn't hit.
Okay. And then with those, it's a d6 plus 3. And on this one, I could add my Bard's
Inspiration.
multiplier.
Yeah, but not on the damage, just on the roll.
Then I would do that, so the second one hits as well.
Okay, yes, you can do.
Alright, so I do 2 d6. 2. Oops, that one fell down. 2 and 4. It says plus 3. Do I only add it once?
Sorry.
I
Yeah,
think I only add it once, right?
yes.
So,
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so it's 2 plus 3 is 5, and then 4, so 9 damage.
Okay, that's pretty good. So you jump onto the beast, like you next to the great axe of Rhea here, while you sink your axes into the body. Rhea here looks at you and she's like nodding at you, and the beast is visibly like it lets go of Calavendra, and it tries to stand up, but it's like visibly shaken. And next combat turn, it's
Am I
Marcel.
still stuck in the beast, holding onto my axis?
Yeah, more or less. Like, but you can't pull it out now, like if you want to.
No, I want to stay there. It's good.
Marcel.
Just hanging out.
How close to how much health does this beast really have left? Is he almost
It doesn't
down,
look
or
too
is he
healthy,
still-
though.
Doesn't look too good, right?
No.
All right, I'd like to try to make the final blow with my
No way.
No!
my
Oh
I'm
no.
about to be so mad.
Roll.
I can't do that, or I can.
Sure, roll.
Yeah. Okay. So I use my crossbow. What's the? Is there something I add to this or no?
Oh, you roll your. Wait a second. You roll a d20 and you add your hit, which is 4. If you check your actions tab, there's like the attack crossbow, and there's like a hit DC, and it's a +4. You can add
Okay.
that to your.
Well, I got a pretty damn good roll, so you should all be pretty happy.
What do you have?
I roll a 14 plus the 4,
That's fine. You hit. You can roll damage.
so 18. Yeah.
Damage is 1d8 plus 2.
Oh wait. Okay. 6.
Okay. So you hit with the crossbow, and like it goes straight into like his shoulder, and like the beast just staggers even more, and it's Diok's time.
I still have my long bow out, and I guess I try to shoot the beast one more time,
Okay.
just straight up.
Straight up shot. Sure.
Yeah, it's at
through the neck.
26. On the
26.
Is that a crit?
Was it a natural 20?
No, it was 19.
Okay.
I didn't take the right choice. I should have been a champion. Then this would have critted. That doesn't matter. Okay, damage. Damage is +3. That's 6.
Okay. Finish it.
All right. So I basically have my longbow ready, and I jump to the other side of what's the elf's name called again?
Aidnat?
Aidnat.
Ignore.
I jump right behind him, so I basically right behind the beast, and I crouch and shoot upwards into the neck of the beast. So the arrow basically comes out in the front again,
Mm-hmm.
and
And
That's
you see the beast basically just falling down, and at the same time you see Aidnat like just like crying out, and like no, and like drops his weapon and like just like hits with his fist on the floor, and the
I would die
beast.
under this beast.
Yeah, basically you're under the beast. Yeah, it falls down on you and like, and that was the beast. What are you going to do?
Effie collapses to her knees.
I try to move at the beast from Calavandro.
Okay.
Yeah, I help.
Yeah, you with like Rhea, he helps as well. You just pull the beast from Calavandra, like
Yeah, maybe you should do that.
you can crawl out.
Yeah, I'll crawl out and I'm like, just move to the side, sitting against the wall because I'm quite hurt.
Uh,
Go ahead.
yeah, I'm kind of torn between taking care of Reha and Calavandra because I care about both of them.
Okay. By the way, is it okay for you if you play a bit longer today, like just to get like
Oh,
close this
cool.
down?
Not.
Sure.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, you take care about you check your wounds. The mage is
I
gone.
checked.
Like the beast lies down the ground. Aidenard is sobbing.
Can I go towards Edna
Sure.
and approach him and say him that I'm sorry that we tried, and I hope he understands that we didn't have a chance here or a choice.
He's looking up at you like with tears in his eyes, and he's looking at you and like, I'm not stupid. I prepared for this. I thought like if we do this, then she cannot be safe. But sometimes you need to take duty before love.
The problem is, I'm not sure if the spell is lifted, to be honest, your curse, because we could see that even with the sorceress out of reach, your wife didn't transform back, and also the fire took a while till it was gone, so I'm not 100% sure. But
Effie
maybe we
cuts
can
in.
figure that out later.
Effie cuts in and says, "This is likely a different form of magic. I doubt reversible."
Okay. So, Effie, do you
Okay,
think that the spell will be lifted on the elves?
I doubt it.
You can actually make an Arcana check based on what you read in the book so far.
Well, sorry. What I meant when I said that is I doubt the one on the dead elf will be lifted.
Oh, okay.
+5, 21.
That's pretty good. What you read in the book like was all about like this polymorphing, like how you transfer like stuff into other stuff.
Sorry, you cut out. I
sorry.
missed all of that.
What you heard is, or what you read in the book was like a lot of polymorphing, not about curses. Like there, like everyone talks about curses, but there was never like a mention of any curse. So you're kind of like sure that like what she started in the with the notes with the whole thing of polymorphing, that's something that you need to trigger actively. So
Yeah.
you're not that sure if like the whole elves are cursed or something, but if not, it's her that actually triggers that transformation.
So that's what I actually convey to Diok and everyone who's listening. Like when Effie pipes up and she says, it is no curse. This is a different kind of magic. It affects the people, the sorceress. I say, like, Lady Trisha would have had to have cast the spell actively. Now that she's gone, no one else will be affected.
Well, that's good to hear.
Okay. Ednard is like nodding at you, and he's a bit lost at this point. But he's like sheathing his blade, and he's just looking at you, and like I'm going back to my folk. I'll tell them that like there is no curse anymore, that we are free. What's your plan?
I might join you later if you're still at the camp. I'll get back to you, but for now, I would go towards the stairs and go upstairs.
Okay. So you guys like following Diok, or?
Well, first of all, I ask Rahia how she is.
And here is like, I'm fine. She tried to do things to me, but I'm strong. Like I endured it all.
What did she try to do?
She tried some magic at me. She gladly she's just started today. do you see like the third cell? That was the poor cell who like she tried to do the magic first, and well, he exploded. But I still stand.
And there is your answer, Dio. She was indeed experimenting actively.
I actually sit down on the monster and the corpse,
Mhm.
and I just like have my hands, my face is like hidden like in my hands, I'm like this, and I'm like, I failed you. She was under my axe. I should have just struck her right then and there, but I let her escape.
By the way, Diok and Herga, like both of you, like the image on the contract you had like in Maribor, that like looks very much like the creature you see here.
Yeah. But Helga is just busy with being miserable about himself.
I do try to say, I don't, like, Effrey has no idea whether Herga is listening, but I say to Herga, I did tell you to take this personally.
So I ask Effrey what she thinks about it. Like, Effrey, do you like? So you've seen what she did now. We have no idea where she went, but do you have good connections to your circle that you can maybe warn them?
And I add, she went to something like a palace. I saw something that looked really fancy. Didn't look scary.
I have a vague idea of where in the world she might have gone, but I have no idea for an exact location. I was sent here because Lady Margarita told me that Lady Trisha would be here. I never spoke to her personally beforehand. And what warning would you have me give? Sorceresses take any means they can to meet their own ends. This is between her and whoever stands in her way.
So you think this is okay and she's allowed to get away with it?
As I said, I don't condone or condemn her actions. It's a means to an end.
Well, I condemn them. And I condemn
that's your
myself for
right.
failing.
And that's your right.
I think that a person in your power, or a person with your power, should absolutely condemn these things, because you've got ways to achieve your goal without these means, and you see what chaos and pain it brings to the people around them.
That might be true, but she wasn't willing to listen, and what else would you have me do?
With great power comes great responsibility. You have to see that.
Okay. So you guys standing down in the cellar. Aidenat is like making his way back.
Yeah.
I'm making the way up.
Okay.
I mean, I guess we can check out the tower.
Okay. So where's the tower? Let me see. There's the underground, and there's the tower. Oh, whoops. Where's the tower? Up there. So there we go. Okay, so you basically, I had you for a second. Where's the rest one? There you are. And Ria here. Where are you? There you are. Okay, so basically, below the floor, there's like a door, and like you just open it, and like you come out from the stairs beneath the red carpet here. Then I guess you make your way up.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. So let me remove the gray circle here. And what it like when you come up, it looks like a library of some sort. It's actually like a lot of books. It like not all the bookshelves are like dead occupied. It's like more or less a lot of them are actually empty, but some of them are occupied. So it's like looks like a library wannabe more than a library, but still like quite some books and some scrolls are there as well. And what you also see is like when you go down, there's a table, there's some kind of thing. Every immediately sees that this is a megascope with a circle drawn around it and just more books.
Is there a way of interacting with a megascope?
Well, yeah, you probably could do it.
I'll try.
Okay, so you go straight up to the megascope and like Arcana check. The question is like how, like also like who you want to reach.
I mean, I I personally am not entirely sure on how megascopes actually work, so I would like to see if there's some way of checking who was last contacted.
Oh, where are you doing a kind of check? Let's see.
12. Probably not.
You can't really figure it
It's a
out.
little beyond me.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I just go and peruse through the books to see whether there's anything useful I can take with me now that I'm fending for myself.
Okay, so you basically check the books. The other ones probably check the rest of the tower out as well, I guess.
I go up.
So upstairs looks like a bit of like a mini laboratory. There are some books, like there's a desk where she writes stuff, a chest, and like at the bottom there is like her personal room, so to say, with a bed, and that's it. Like there's nothing too special actually in there.
So I kind of check my belongings that I've got with me, and I find the contract, and I don't know, you already told us, but then I basically realized that this beast looks very similar, so I feel like I need to get something out of this, and I search through her belongings and see if I can find anything valuable.
Okay, so basically you're searching the tower. Okay, there's actually some really valuable stuff. Like in the chest up there, there are a lot of crowns. Actually, she hunkered over the years. There is a good selection of wines. There are the books. Like I don't know which books, but the books are certainly not that
Is there anything
valuable.
I can use as learning material?
A lot.
Like
There are a lot of
Oh,
books.
yeah.
The question for me is more like in which direction you want to go. Like, you want to go into the healing direction? You want to learn more about the polymorphing thing? Like, polymorphing thing would be, for example, like more of Trisha's own notes. The rest of the books are like different arcanas. You can like go like you can learn more about fire. You can go learn more about
I think I'm gonna take some of the actual healing stuff, not polymorphic. But like I do feel like I want some more healing stuff as well as damage.
There's actually a lot of stuff in there, so you could also like just stay there and read if you want to.
I'll find a couple of things to take with me alongside a guide to healing.
So you're going with like a lot of books basically after.
Yeah, basically.
What did the others do?
I asked Herger what he thinks we should do now.
So, has some time passed, or is it immediately after the other stuff?
No, it's like right immediately. You haven't redone a lot of stuff.
Okay. So yeah, I'm still pretty shaken about what happened, but I'm trying to like get a grip, I guess. And I look around, and I think Rhea is still there, right? Is Calavandra still
Yeah,
attending
all
to
of
wounds?
those are there.
I think first of all we need to make sure that everybody's safe, and I see like that Calavandra is wounded. Is Rhea wounded, or is she?
No, she's just like
more or less fine.
it doesn't look like external bruises.
Okay, so I asked Calavandra, should I make more of the paste I made last time for your cut? And I do like a chewing motion to emphasize what I mean.
I can't remember. Did it work? Did it help last time?
Yeah, it did.
Then yes.
Okay.
I'm like dying. Yeah.
So do I
Yeah, we
have?
can help as well.
Yeah. Do we still have that stuff, or do I carry it around?
Like it's
to
probably
be-
bad as well already. Like you probably would like to get some new stuff.
To be honest, inside this tower,
Yeah, there
she's
must
famous
be.
for healing people, so we just
Calavandra, let's find you some Skellige herbs. She must have some. If she is a sorceress that thinks anything of herself, she must have some proper Skellige herbs that we
Okay.
can use
So you go up like
to make you feel better.
to floor 3. You look for stuff. You can make a survival check to see if you find stuff you would like to see. And Marcel, what are you going to do in this town? Looting and pillaging.
Yeah, I'd like to loot some stuff. Look around and see if there's anything of value to me.
Anything special looking for? Like, are you with F in the books? Are you going to check like Herga currently does with the alchemistic material?
What was on the third floor?
A lot of like her personal stuff, like her writing desk, to say. There were her laboratory. Some
I'd like to go up to the third floor and look around there for anything that had to do with what we saw downstairs.
Okay, so you're looking
Okay.
for notes.
I had a 10 on survival check.
Okay. Actually, you find some of them. The laboratory is pretty good. There are different herbs. She actually experimented something there, so you find some of the herbs you're looking for.
Okay. Yeah. So I start putting them in my mouth and make a nice little paste. Oh, actually, is there a proper like?
Yeah. The laboratory is like pretty good equipped, so you can.
Of course.
I'm
So
imagining
I
there's
can just take
probably
like a.
pestle and
Is
Yes.
it called like? Is it called a like in German? It's a Mörser. Is it
Mm.
mortar?
a pestle, a
Mortar, I
pestle,
think.
and
Pestle.
yeah.
Pestle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Now,
take a
mortar is something
pestle and
totally
I-
different.
But I spit into the pestle. so
Yes,
there's some-
of course.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, Marcel, you actually
What-
like you
The
find some
secret ingredient.
you find some notes on like not a diary but like just some scientific notes, so to say, about like what she did down there, but like most of them is like something you can't really understand, like it's very scientific magey, but you kind of like she has there are some notes about people she took, like about like they're physiologically like they were dwarfs, for example. There was an elf, stuff like that.
Who finds that? Me?
You, yes.
Okay. I put that in my pocket.
Okay. You find up to like 300 crowns of worth in like the other chests.
Nice.
So since you took 10 crowns from me last,
I'll give you 20.
thanks.
Okay.
And I like once I'm done with my pasture, I would like to take useful herbs that I see and like take them with me if I can.
Okay. So like, are you going to exit the tower at some point?
Before
Yeah.
So before we exit, I want to ask the group what they think is the best option now, because I think we have to. I mean, we could just leave the town as it is, or we could try and influence the future of this town, because I feel I'm not really friendly towards this town anymore. I have to admit, like what the elf told me is that they actually took all of the belongings from the ship, and this was not the first time, and that's how they survived. That's actually what the lumberjacks do. Do you people remember that we didn't see a single like lumberjack working in the woods? The only thing they do is pillage these boats and steal from people.
I would imagine that if you're all about fixing Tresha's problem in whatever way you feel honorable, that Ihek is still wandering around in beast form, and that may be what you initially hunted in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, like the contract was for Mayena, not for Windbrook.
I still think we need to find her, someone, whatever it takes. I was wondering if she would ever come back here. She's got a tower here. She has a populace that supports her and does her bidding.
She
I
has
don't think
nothing
she
of
will.
left of value here.
So you think she's got more towers like this to continue experiments?
Someone does. She'll find her way where she wants to go, but she won't come back here. If she needs something, like you saw how that portal works, you understand it now. In order to stop her, we'd need to keep a constant watch. We can't be in two places at once, and even if we are, she can still turn us into one of those things at any given point. It's beyond us.
But she did run away from us.
She did. And like everyone who like faced her, she was really like afraid, as like Herger and the elf recharged her. The
I
X
had
was
her-
real.
I had her under my X. If I hadn't failed, none of
How
this
did
would
that
have happened.
happen?
I didn't see her through the flames. I charged her through the flames, and I brought down the blade just an inch next to her, and then the coward
not going
sorcerer,
to-
she just disappeared.
I'm not going to
I would
argue
have
with you if you
split
want to
her
waste the rest
skull.
of your life hunting a single sorceress, then so be it. You do what you want.
For me,
I'm done with this village.
okay, for me, it's a question like, how do you enter the tower? Are you going through the tunnel out, or are you going to the Windbrook? Are you going for Windbrook?
No, out of the tunnel.
Tunnel
Yeah.
makes
I
sense.
want to cut off the head of the beast.
Yes.
I want to show it to the people. Show them what they've done here.
Okay.
Maybe not to the people, but let's take the head with us.
Yeah.
Okay. So you bring down like the great sword, the great axe onto the beast's head and like
If
take the.
Rhea is willing to give it back to me.
Oh sure,
it
like
was
she.
kinda... Okay.
Okay, so then you leave for the tunnel, or are you going through the town showing your treasure?
I leave through the tunnel.
This
what
is a
about
group game, like guys, like please.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
well,
gotta make up our mind. I know. What is with Egnor? Is he still here?
Who?
Egnor.
No, he left.
the
Aidenat.
elf, he's gone.
Aidenat
Oh,
is
he left.
he already left. Yeah,
Through the tunnel.
through the tunnel. Yes.
So let's follow him.
So we have the head.
Yes.
His wife said.
But we still have to assume. Yeah, it's not really his wife anymore, right? We have to assume that there's more people, like there's running around as wolves, and she might make more of them. We Skelligers, we call these beings Orphedens. She's gonna make more of them if we don't stop her. Isn't that against the rules of whatever lodge you have to threaten the populace with monsters that run around? I mean, Mayena has a contract on this beast. This can't be. Like, there must be some rules to stop rogue sorceresses like this.
You hang them. Typically.
I don't know why
Or
you
burn
think
them.
I'm some kind of association. Each of us are in it for ourselves.
Well, Diog, you're a witcher.
Yes.
Don't you hunt monsters? There is one for you. What do we do?
I completely agree. I just don't see how we can follow her, or basically let's talk about it in the morning. I'm really tired right now. Let's maybe take
Yeah.
camp with the elves. And
They had good alcohol.
exactly. And take a rest because it's like 4 in the morning or something.
You think it's a good idea to take the head to the elves?
Well, we should hide it.
I can put it in my
Not
pants.
show it to them.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically go out for the tunnel, you go back to the hideout. Let me quickly put up the hideout. We're nearing our exit point for the day, by the way. But it's just a bit of stuff we still have to do here. Not the Swinbrook. Where is my tower? There. You make up you go for the tunnel, you go up, you take the head with you, and as you like enter the hideout with the group of elves, Aidenat actually sees the head of the beast, and he's like looking at you, but he's just like looking away again, and also the other elves look have big eyes at the thing, but at some point they're just
I tell Herger to pack it away.
Didn't we try to hide it? Wasn't that the idea?
well, it's a big head.
I wanted to put it in my pants.
How are you gonna?
No. No. No, you won't.
Okay.
But you put it out of sight, and like you see like the elves sit together. They don't cheer that much, but they are really thoughtful, and they're like sitting in groups and like just talking, and but they actually hand out, like Aidenat comes at you again, like thanks you, and like thanks for freeing us. If you want, you can like just rest with us. Like we still have wine if you want to. We just need to see what we're doing next.
Didn't someone earlier say? I think it was it? I'm not sure if it was you, Green Cricket, or if it was Efri or Diok. That it seemed like this was active magic and not a passive curse. So
yeah, Efri said
They
that.
can. They
we should tell.
Yeah, I mean,
We should tell them.
I hope that the leader passed the message along that they have always been free to.
Oh God! Imagine.
disappear.
Probably he did.
Imagine they walk away and it actually is a curse and they all turn.
I actually approach Ednia
Mhm.
and Ednith and ask him what his plans are with the elves, where they want to go.
We need to see. Currently, we sit together, we talk a bit, and the question is like we need to decide if we just leave this place, or if we actually take our revenge on Windbrook. That is something.
My suggestion to you: leave. It's not worth it. There are no good. Even if you get your revenge, there's nothing good left for you here.
He actually bows to you. He's like, "Thank you for your counsel. but that's something like we have to decide for ourselves.
Edna, you promised to me that if we stop this from happening, that you will leave these people alone.
Edna?
You promised me. What's his
We're
name?
all just
Ednod?
we just can't pronounce his name.
Aidnat.
Aidnad.
Aidnat. Aidnat. Anyway,
Aidnat.
I know who you.
Aidnad, you promised me that you would leave these people alone.
Oh, the
You gave me
innocent.
your word.
The innocent we definitely leave alone, but there are people who wronged us. Like, you know what? We won't do anything hard. We won't do anything right now. I promise you. For now, we just want to like sit down and like make counsel. We can talk later if you want to. You can sit with us if you want.
Let's rest.
It looks like Aiden definitely wants to rest as well. He's like, he sits
Okay.
down and okay. So some of you we have wine like and
Yep.
talk
Every gets drunk.
with the elves. Awesome. And then at some point, like Rhea here is approaching Herger.
Uh-huh. And so, yeah.
Oh.
boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Okay. And
No pressure.
she's like looking at you. The life I had so far. This it's time for me to go again. Like I'll be on my own.
You want to leave,
Yes, I want to leave.
but we just reunited again.
Yes.
Rhea, I know I failed the group, I failed you, but I did try my best. Did you see how I jumped through the flames?
Yes.
And
yes.
how strong I was when I freed you from that prison cell.
She looks at you and she's like, "Yeah, you definitely have potential. Come with me. I want to show you something."
Let's go.
And she wants us
Let's not
off
waste
into
any
the
time.
she wants us off into the woods.
Yes, I follow her.
Okay, and like you go into the woods, you actually go where the white lilies are, and like there is like small clearing, and you see like how the moonlight goes like shines from down into you both, and she goes into her pocket and she brings out 2 pipes, and she lights like one pipe, gives you one pipe, smokes the other one, and like inhales, and it's like smoke, then we talk.
And I agree. I smoke with her.
Okay. So you both just sit there, like staring at each other. There's not really much talk going on, but you just look at each other and you smoke. And now I need to read this, otherwise I can't get this right. So give me a second. And after some time, like you feel like everything inside you like just gets hotter, and like the colors of the world kind of like seem to intensify, while at the same time like everything becomes like more and more of a blur. And like you feel a bit shaky, and also a tingling sensation is like starting to emerge from your limbs and like slowly covers your whole body, and like time's starting running faster, and then suddenly like time goes really slow again, like and suddenly it goes really faster again. And like the time goes fast, and suddenly Rhea stands in front of you, but like not a single like piece of clothing is left on your body. And around both of you, like the wind blows through the white lilies as Rhea bends towards you. And as she kisses you, like she blows a bit of the remaining smoke into your lungs, and like the world around you just transforms. And suddenly like, the blurriness and the colors are all gone. Also Rhea here is gone. You're just standing alone in a field of lilies, and you realize that you're naked as well. And suddenly behind you, you hear a growl, and as you turn around, you stare right into the eyes of a brown bear. And you don't know how much time both of you just stand there looking at each other, measuring each other. Like slowly the forest just quiets down around you as you realize what has to be done. And then you roll initiative.
Alright, 17.
Okay. So you have the first blow. Like the bear like just starts charging at you.
Okay, do I... Okay, I have no choice but to fight it with my bare fist strike.
Yes.
Can I grapple it?
Yeah, you can.
I want to grapple it.
Okay.
I want to wrestle with the bear. I want to wrestle it down.
You can too.
I'm not sure if a rage is appropriate here, but...
Oh,
did
yeah,
I use
sure.
the second one? I think
You have all the rage
Ah,
available. You're full health point. Like you're
Oh,
as fit as
okay,
can
well,
be.
yeah. I see it as my time to redeem myself. There's a bear there, and it is a Skellige, and you know the spirits of the wild, you know, and I charge the bear with all the rage inside of me.
Yeah, you do.
And this is a 13. Do I get any bonus? Or it's like
No, but you hit it. Now you can make a
Okay.
strength check.
all right.
You have advantage
I've
on a
got
strength check.
advantage on this.
Yes.
All right. So that's a 15. And that's a 16.
Okay. Okay, as the bear charges on you, you basically get your arm around his head and you wrestle it down to the ground, and the bear just like falls like down to the ground. You're like on him and like, "Argh!" And you hear like a soft growl as the bear like just gets down, and the bear tries to wriggle free and like make a strength check again.
Oops. Okay, this is 21.
And the bear, you have advantage, so like 21 is fine.
Yeah, next one is 16.
Yeah, like the bear tries to wriggle and like tries to get up again, but you just hold it down, and it's your turn again.
Can I try to calm it somehow? Animal
Um,
handling 4. Is that too feral?
well, at the moment, like you're enraged.
Oh, I'm in
and
the rage. You're right. I'm in the rage. You're completely right. Okay, then I try to. So as I grapple, I try to punch.
yeah,
it,
you
right?
punch it. You hit like you have it still in the grapple. You can't just like hit it.
Okay, I'll do that. That's just wait, I gotta use my bare fist.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's still a 9
Your
9.
fist.
with my bare fist.
So you
As we say in Skellige.
you bring your hand down on the bear and you smack it into the face, and like you really hit it hard. You see like how the bear actually hits the ground as well, and you really you see the growl from the bear, and the bear, you see like how the bear starts raging as well, and he tries to get free of your grip, and he rolls, and you roll a strength check as well.
Ooh, got a 6.
Advantage.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is an 18.
Okay. Like you're still holding it down, but you see like how the bear also gets up and like it loosens the grip, but you probably can get one more attack until
All right. Yeah, I'll punch it with both my fists coming down.
you loosen the grip and like bam.
Yeah, I just wanna smack down. Okay, that's an 11.
Well, yeah, it hits actually. You
It
can roll
hits?
damage.
Okay.
Oh, you
With my fist, so
Yeah.
it's like just 4 damage.
okay? So you the bear. This time the bear is like standing up on both feet, and he's like just trying to crash down on you with his and yeah, like he like first he tries as he crashes down, he misses you a bit, but like while he falls down, he hits to you and like gets you on the side, and you take like 9 points of damage.
I'm still enraged, so
Yes.
it's half.
Uh-huh.
4 or 5.
Yeah, but please note it separately. Like, don't add the damage to your character sheet. Like, note it on the paper somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 4. You always run down. And it's your turn again.
All right. Yeah, I try to punch it again.
Okay.
Does it seem like I'm getting anywhere?
Yeah, you hit it pretty hard actually. Like it had to shake your blow off.
Okay, can I try to rip out like a tooth or something from the jaw as a attack?
You can try to
how much-
attack, and then let's see how successful you are with that.
Okay. It's a 19.
That's it. It's pretty good. So you're actually able to, like, while the bear like went down, you got hit, but in the motion you just grab it and you break down break out like. I mean, the bear doesn't really have like really long thing, but you smack it into the side, and like you see like there's some teeth like just spring out of his mouth, and the bear gets even angrier at you and just like charges at you again, and this time he just rolls over you and you get down to the ground as he's over you, and but interestingly he doesn't like sink his teeth into you, but he's like just like raising his prank whatever and just like slashes you into the face, and it rolls like 10 points of damage.
10 points?
Mhm.
Is it from what I had? Oh, I got half it again. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't care. I keep going. I keep.
You're
hitting
under
that
him and you're like, ah!
thing. Yes.
Okay.
I throw 13.
13? It hits, still hits. You can roll damage.
Yeah, like it says damage is just 4 with unarmed, so that's why I keep saying. I
Oh,
rolled 4.
perfect. Oh, I didn't know. So, okay.
Yeah.
So you punch him into the face again, and like the bear shakes his head off, and like he actually goes back at you. Like he goes back, like he leaves you be on the ground, and he just looks at you. He nods at you, and at that point, like just everything around you like disappears, and you wake up. You're sweating. Like your head aches, but you also realize like that something has changed for you. As you look around, like your clothes lie everywhere around you, but also in your hand, like you have like still the teeth, like you were able to like get out of the bear, and also like when you look at your hand, you see like it's a bit bigger than before, and like it's a bit more hairier, and also what you feel is like you have a bit of like this like scars on your face, like where the bear was able to like actually hit you, and with that you get to level 3 and you're now officially a totem warrior.
That was amazing.
That was awesome. That was so cool.
That was awesome, awesome.
Yeah. Even
Also, like one thing, like when you look around, like Rare here, there's no trace of her, like not at all.
And the bear?
Okay.
No trace of the bear as well.
Do I have my clothes on again?
No, they lie around you. So you basically just pick up the clothes and
Yeah.
I'd have to.
I get my, how's it called? The stuff you put around your privates.
yeah, a kilt kinda.
That part of my clothes, and the rest I just toss off my shoulder, and I proudly come back to the camp, and then I try to make eye contact with Marcel. Did you see that I went up with Ray? Anybody saw that? Did I notice anybody seeing me?
Everyone who actually notices Helga, you actually see that like he kind of feels a bit bigger than before, and he's also a bit hairier than before.
And I just like nod to them and expect them to understand.
we do. We
And then I
understand.
sit down like this by the fire next to the elf that looks like he's the most weirded out by what just happened. And I is there any wine close by? I would like
Yes,
to.
sure. Like
Anything stronger than wine, like not maybe some kind of schnapps. I don't know.
not with them.
Not there.
You can pillage the you can look if they're in the crates or something, or you know Elfish.
Yeah. I know. I don't need that to talk to him. I talk to him with gestures and alcohol. That's the idea.
Well, he just gives you wine and this is actually where we leave it for today. So thank you very much.
Yeah, great.
It was an interesting episode, and well,
Interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah.
okay. So how do you feel?
Yeah. I mean, Helga is feeling like he redeemed himself tonight at the end there.
What did you expect happen? What did you think, like, how the sorceress thing would go down? Have you expected that much, or have you thought like it will?
No, it was pretty much what I expected.
I don't know. I didn't know. I thought maybe the townsfolk was going to be involved. I thought there might be like some fight in the city if we managed to come to what's the word? Persuade or like to convince the people in the town that something's going on. But yeah, I did enjoy the whole boss fight thing.
Well,
Something Helga was looking for.
at this point, like the townsfolk is still there. Like the captain of the guard is still doing something. The people have still like suited up for an attack. The elves are still like debating like what to do with their newfound freedom. So still room for conflict.
I kind of expected the sorcerers to be more aggressive in the fight, but I felt like this was challenging enough, so I really liked it.
If I'd only hit her there.
Also,
Yeah,
like
and I'm really to see where this is going now. Sorceress.
Just from the chat, like the comment is poor Effrey.
I know, it's so sad. Like,
Yeah,
I knew, like, heading in from what happened last session, heading in, I knew that there was going to be a question of loyalty coming up, and I was deliberately trying to play it, like, as much along the line as I possibly could, thinking with Effrey's own motives in mind and such.
Until Marcel came along.
Actually, no. Like, like I said, I was basically expecting either it to come down to us and the elves or us and the guards against the sorceress, and Effrey kind of being forced to like try and put herself in the middle. I wasn't expecting that kind of experimentation. That was shocking. Like, I'm from an audience point of view, I'm curious to see how Effrey learns to be part of this group moving forward. Like, that's where I'm curious now.
Yeah, it's for me the same with Marcel and Calavendra at this point. Like, how you feel for it. Actually,
Yeah.
Marcel, like, how was it for you this time?
I got what I wanted.
True.
But I don't know how I fit into the group anymore, to be honest. I feel the same way because I got what I was setting out to do. So now kind of I'm like, well, now what? So
I mean, that's going to be something for all of us to have to come to terms with at the beginning of the next session, isn't it? Is where to go from here.
The thing is, like,
I need a reason to stay with the group, I guess.
the thing is, like, actually, every one of you still has goals, except maybe Effrey at this point. But
I mean, Effrey, like, actually, Effrey's goals still, there.
Yeah.
Just looks different.
Calavandra, you still want to find the other friend who we think turned
yeah.
into a beast. And we basically still, like, Deok and I still had the contract to kill it.
well,
And, I mean, we figured out on the way that the beast is innocent, basically. It's a curse afflicted upon, or, like, not a curse, but, like, a spell. I found it a bit difficult this episode as well, like, to find a balance between, like, going with the group and, like, just, like, not contradicting everything everybody else wants to do and still, like, staying in character. Because, like, I don't know, like, when Herge is, like, convinced of all these evil things that are happening because of this person, I don't think he would let go, because his friends are telling him to.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
but I think you bridged it pretty well, though. So
Yeah.
okay.
Like, Effrey, obviously, like, I want to specify to the chat because I have seen this in other role-playing games that have streamed live before. Like, just because Herge and Effrey don't necessarily gel doesn't mean there's, like, any bad blood between us or anything.
Yeah,
We're
of
just trying to service what is entertaining and what, or at least, like, I can't speak for Crozyr, but for me, I'm trying to service what is entertaining, what is in character, and
Yeah.
like trying to fit that into the story, the overarching story. So
Mhm.
I think it's going to be interesting moving forward into next week to see how things go.
Okay.
Yeah.
For everyone.
Good. Then thanks everyone. I think we cut it here, and we'll see you next Monday, hopefully at 7 p.m. CST.
I don't want to
So-
miss it.
Take care, everyone.
Yeah, it will be the after match. So let's see. See ya. Bye.
Bye.